Hello. Should we sing a song? Should we hum along? Should we?
Oh.
Wait, we have to make sure we do one that's, old enough that we won't get arrested.
Oh, Stagler Pod. Oh, Stagler Pod. How lovely are your co-hosts.
Good, yeah.
There we go.
Yeah. That's pretty good. You get Employee of the Month for that one.
Heck yeah.
Nice. Usually it's Marilyn. This is the first time Marilyn hasn't won. I hope she's not too, torn up about it. One day I'll win.
Maybe one day.
Maybe one day. It'll be a Christmas miracle, but not this Christmas. Anyway, it's the Stagler, guys, and welcome to episode 19.
19.
And it is the last episode of the year.
Here we are,
last episode of the year. And we're going to be talking about some holiday flicks, specifically Christmas. All mine are about Christmas. All yours?
Yeah, for the most, yeah.
Okay, sure.
Christmas movies.
Christmas movies. And the holiday that celebrates Santa's birth.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very, very special holiday for us all. Anyway, Santa is real. Let's get on with the show. Why don't we get into the weeks? Why don't you start off? What did you do this week? Or these past 2 weeks.
What did Nick do this week?
What did he do? It could be anything.
Well,
did you go caroling?
I have some extremely exciting news to start it off.
Oh, okay.
I finally secured it.
You got the bag?
I secured the bag.
Dude.
And I'm now, I'm a halfway PlayStation 5 owner. It has not arrived yet in the mail, but I bought it, and I have my receipt, Walmart. So...
Well, I heard
be canceling my order.
Walmart be canceling orders, being like, "Oh, you thought because we gave you an order confirmation that you had a PS5? That's really cute."
If that happened to me, it's wartime.
But that hasn't happened to you yet, and it seems like it's already gone through for a lot of people if it was a mistake. So it seems like you're in there. It seems like you got a PS5. You did it.
Let's go.
It only took a little over a month.
Yes, literally. It came out on the 12th of November, and I got one on Friday.
Which would have been...
No, Tuesday.
Yeah. Because I tried to help, and I was not very helpful at all, but that's okay.
You helped enough.
I helped enough to boot all the other people off the webpage, because we crashed it, probably. Actually, the Walmart one didn't crash. Best Buy was awful.
Best Buy had they tried their best, I guess. It was
okay, why don't we talk about it for a second? Best Buy was what? It was Tuesday as well, or Wednesday, one of the two.
Yeah.
And we got in there.
Tuesday.
And they said after 9 o'clock.
After 9 o'clock, anytime.
They're not lying. It was after 9 o'clock. But it was 11 something? 12 something?
I thought it was 1. It was 1:30 before I even got to do add to cart. But I know some people got them a little before.
A little bit before that, yeah. But it was a while. I was just sitting there for an hour, just refreshing, and it crashed multiple times. That's the website.
Yeah, it was so stupid. And I got it in the cart, and I was trying to buy it, and it was you got to pick somewhere, one of the stores to pick it up at. And I was okay, I'll just do the close one. Mm-hmm. And it said they had some available, and then I click confirm, and it's whoa, there's no available there. And I was okay, I'll pick a different one.
Yeah. And
I just kept on picking ones farther and farther away, and none of them were working. And then I got mad and I just closed it.
So I know 3 people with a PS5. Well, actually, I know 1 person with a PS5, but I know 3 people who are supposed to have PS5s
Have potential to have
a PS5. The FOMO almost got me for a second, but luckily it was hard enough to get a PS5 that I couldn't. So I've been sated, and I'm I can wait until at least one price drop. Just take $20 off, and then maybe I'll bite. But
one price drop?
That'd be what, a year from now?
Maybe. If everyone has one by then.
If everyone has one by then.
If it's easily accessible in a year.
But yeah, that's very exciting. I'm very happy for you. That'll be a great Christmas present. When's it coming?
January? Early January, though. Okay. I'll have it before the next episode.
Oh, sweet. Good. So you can give us a whole breakdown, of the PS5. In depth. And a breakdown of, what's it called?
Haptic feedback
and Demon Souls and Spider-Man.
Ray tracing.
And all that good stuff.
Well, I don't know if I have Demon Souls beat, but...
Sure. You're a casual. I get it. No shame.
Not a casual.
Okay.
Maybe, and Demon Souls I'm a casual, but in Dark Souls I'm not.
Yeah, but Demon Souls.
Yeah, for sure. I've never played it.
Well, that's very exciting, and I'm very happy for you. And I'm sure everybody watching is just as happy.
They're so happy for me. They're like, yes, I'm so glad you got it, Nick. I'm so happy for you. Fantastic.
You know, I got a lot of fans emailing me that were like, Justin, I have a PS5. I can send it to you because you're my favorite podcast host. And I was like, that's okay. That's a digital version. And like, you know, I'm kind of offended that you would offer me a digital version.
Yikes if you're buying the digital.
That's just like, that's like a threat to me almost. That almost feels like someone emailing me, be like, I want to kill your entire family.
Oh.
Like, oh, well. So keep your PS5 digital editions to yourself, please.
Yeah.
Please.
We don't want it.
What else?
I figured we just started off with the Mandalorian.
Can we finish on the Mandalorian?
Finish?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay,
Wonderful.
cool.
Okay. Well, here, I'm going to roll into Barry Season 2.
Sure.
Which is the newest season, which was like last year.
Okay, yeah. You really liked it last time.
Yes, and I still really like it. Barry Season 2 is really good.
Good.
I don't know if it's better than the first season overall, but it has the best episode in the whole show in Season 2.
So far.
Yeah, right. So far. Which is an episode called Ronnie/Lily, which is like the craziest, most nonsensical, funniest episode of television that like I've ever seen. It literally is so crazy, and it has these really awesome fight scenes in it with like really cool choreography, and it is just absolutely hilarious. I was like belly laughing almost the whole time. It was so funny. Highly recommend that episode in particular. But then the show just keeps on getting, it's not like getting darker overall. Like it still has a good balance of the comedy and like the drama stuff, but like the drama stuff is getting darker, more and more serious, especially in the final episode. It gets extremely serious, and it ends on a very big cliffhanger. And I heard that they're not even going to start filming season 3 until fall of 2021. Filming.
Damn.
So Barry season 2 or season 3 is like a long way off, and that sucks. But
you know, I wish all the best to Mr. McCockiner and the rest of the show.
Yeah.
And I hope they have a good production in a year.
Yeah, literally. So that sucks, but it's okay, I guess.
Yeah.
And then let's go, everybody.
Okay.
The Expanse has finally returned and made its triumphant return.
The Expanse.
Season 5. Now listen, I know last time I talked about The Expanse, I was sad because they said season 6 was last season and there's like 9 books. What are they going to do? Then I figured out, there's an article I read, the creators of the books, who have big influence on the show, obviously, were like, after the show got canceled in season 3, they were thinking of like their plan for the future of the show, and their plan was basically this 6-season arc for the television series. So they were already planning this for like, you know, even a few years ago. So that calmed me down a little bit, and I have trust in the creators of the show that everything will go smoothly to the end of season 6, and maybe they'll even do a little movie trilogy with the last books. Who knows?
That'd be dope.
That would be cool. We'll see what happens though. So I'm all right. But that out of the way, season 5, we got the first 3 episodes on Wednesday, and I understand why they did the first 3, because the ending of the 3rd episode is like a bruh moment. So
what is the length? Are they hour-long episodes? 45?
Yeah, they're about an hour, like 50-something minutes a piece.
Yeah.
I don't know how. I thought the show looked nice in season 4, but apparently they just threw more and more budget.
Bezos bucks.
Yeah, Bezo bucks at the show because it looks so freaking good for a TV show. It is like top of the line stuff. The visuals are just amazing. Season 5 starts not kind of a little after where season 4 ends, but everyone is basically all split up, kind of doing their own thing for the moment, which is really cool. I enjoy like all the different storylines. I'm sure they'll all wrap up or at least come together towards the end of the season, but everyone is doing okay for now. And no characters being like neglected or like not getting a lot of screen time or anything. Everything is rolling. This show is fantastic.
Good, great. I hope it continues that way.
Yes.
I'm mostly interested in what they're going to do after season 6. That's very intriguing to me.
I know. I'm excited.
Very exciting. Maybe they'll do video game.
Oh, that'd be sick.
I don't know.
And then you want to Attack on Titan now or later too?
We'll Attack on Titan to switch to me, and then we'll do The Mandalorian at the end of mine.
Okay, so I have one more then.
Okay.
I watched. This is kind of weird.
Okay.
So I was planning on watching the final episode of The Mandalorian with one of my friends, and we were waiting. He went to like the bathroom or something.
Okay.
We were on PlayStation, so he goes to the bathroom.
Sure.
I'm just waiting, scrolling through Disney Plus, and I saw this thing called Dory's Reef Cam.
Yeah, Dory's Reef Cam.
You know what that is?
No, I have no idea what Dory's Reef Cam is. I have a bad picture in my head though, but I'm sure it can't be that because it's Disney Plus.
And I was like, "What is this Finding Nemo thing?" I didn't know.
Yeah.
So I click on it, and it's just like a still camera of like the ocean in Finding Nemo, and it's like ASMR kind of. It's not like ASMR, but like it's just like ocean noises, and fish like swimming around, like the characters that and they'll swim around and they'll like see the camera and they'll be like, "Hi."
And it just goes on forever.
Yes, it's 3 hours long.
Yeah, okay, that's cool.
And I thought it would like go on and like have all these things, but then I noticed when I was like 5 or 6 minutes in that it was looping.
Oh.
And I didn't notice. I was like, didn't that already happen once? So it loops like every like 2 minutes. And it just goes on for 3 hours.
I guess that would be maybe a party thing. Like if you party, you can put that on. I don't know. Maybe just a general aesthetic kind of video.
I mean, it had nice noises, but I was just like,
well, they have, especially this time of year, they always have like the fireplace videos that are just like 3 hours, 10 hours long.
That's
that you
true.
Put on. Probably just a deal like
just
that.
Just put on the Nemo. Just put on the Dory's Reef Cam.
If you want to pretend that you have an aquarium that is the size of the ocean.
So yeah, I watched a couple loops of that.
Yeah.
10 out of 10. I mean, masterpiece, honestly. I don't know what to say.
Great.
It was just amazing. Incredible.
You know who else would like an aquarium the size of the ocean?
Who?
Armin Arlelt.
Is that so?
Wouldn't he?
Yeah, I guess.
He was pretty psyched when he got there. He's like, oh my gosh, the ocean. I'm caught up. I've seen...
Let's go!
Both 2 episodes of season 4. So I'm here. I'm in there. I know just as much as everybody else. Nobody can make fun of me anymore.
My man's caught up.
And,
but what? You got to talk about your thoughts on season 3 part 1, season 3 part 2.
I don't know what part 1 and part 2 means, but
we can together talk about season 4.
Season 3 part 2 is been the best part of the show. I definitely feel like the show has been on an upward climb the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
It gets better and better and better and better. However, saying that, I do only think the show got good like at the end of season 2.
Interesting.
Because even because season 1's like 12 episodes or something. It's not very long. And I was like, okay, this show seems fine. It's kind of interesting. There's mysteries going on.
No, season 1 is like 20. Season 2 is 12
Season 2
episodes.
is like 12? Oh, okay, okay. Well, at the end of season 1, I was like, and then season 2 came on. And I was like, okay, I can see how this is going. And then season 3 just built upon that again. And I was like, all right, I'm getting into it.
I guess it's better for me and like other people because I've seen the show multiple times. So after you've like finished season 3 and at the end of season 3 there's like a lot of reveals.
Yes.
When you go back and like rewatch, kind of like Mr. Robot, you're like, oh, right. You can like see everything. And you're like, this is all planned out very well.
Yeah. I do think this is a show that does not actually work that well to binge. This is not a very fun show to binge, which I don't know if that makes sense, but it's...
I think I know where you're coming from.
Because there's been points in the show where I've had a question, and I was like, oh, what an interesting question. And then, like, 30 minutes later, I was like, oh, I know the answer to this question now. Where opposed, that would have been, like, a week wait, or maybe even a year wait in some cases.
Or
between
4
seasons,
years.
Or 4 years. So I do think that if you were watching the show live, it probably helps because you get that time to have discussions, to have questions, and not just, like, absorb all the information. So it's like, who is the Colossus? Okay.
Right, yeah.
You know? Or like, who's going to get saved with the syringe? Could it... Okay. You know? Stuff like that. I do have a favorite Titan.
Oh. Like a favorite, one of the 9?
9, yeah.
Okay.
Is the Cart Titan.
No, what?
I love the Cart Titan.
You are terrible.
The Cart Titan's amazing.
And you like the Titan, you don't like the girl.
The girl's cool too. I don't know her very well, obviously.
Peak.
Yeah, peak. But well, actually, when she walked in, I was like, "Oh, I like her," and then I found out she was the Cart Titan. I was like, "Oh, I like her."
Oh my god.
What's wrong with the Cart Titan?
It's ugly.
I ordered a Cart Titan shirt, so now you're making me self-conscious.
Did you really?
Yes, I can show you it. It's really cool. I can't show you, but let me try to find it real quick. Cart Titan. I got a Cart Titan shirt. Can you see that?
Bro!
Can you see my Cart Titan shirt?
You like the Cart Titan the most?
Who do you like the most?
I don't know. I guess I never thought about it.
Exactly.
Well,
Cart Titan rules. Cart Titan squad. Pull up.
I don't know.
Pull up in your carts.
Right now, it's not the Cart Titan. I'll tell you that.
Okay.
I mean, the Armor Titan's pretty cool. You didn't watch the trailer for season 4, did you?
Mm-mm.
So you know how in like the latest episode they talk about the Warhammer Titan, which is one that we've never seen before.
Yeah.
In the trailer, you see like one image of it. It's really cool looking. Okay, maybe the Warhammer Titan in the future. I don't know, but
possibly.
I don't know. I mean, the Founding Titan's pretty cool.
Sure.
Anything but the Cart Titan is just like cooler.
Fine. When the Beast Titan?
He's kind of ugly too.
Yeah.
But the Cart Titan is like...
That's what makes the Cart Titan great. You don't understand. The Cart Titan looks like the husband from Beetlejuice. When he pulls his face out.
Bro.
He's like...
I just can't believe you like the Cart Titan the most.
The Cart Titan's great. The Cart Titan has surpassed Connie. I like the Cart Titan more than I like Connie now.
So the Cart Titan is
my
favorite
character. Generally, yeah. And then Connie still. I also did something interesting before we get into the nitty-gritty.
Wow.
I guess.
Okay.
For the last 3 or 4 episodes of season 3, I watched the dub instead of the sub because I was like, this is my last chance in the new season. It's only going to be sub. I'm going to check out the dub real quick at the end of season 3. And I just had to sate my curiosity.
Like you watched that instead of the sub, or you like rewatched the episodes?
No, I watched it instead of the sub. I just watched the dub for the last 3 episodes of season 3.
Oh, okay.
And so everything, yeah. And the dub seems pretty good, but there is a problem. Hanji's like one of my favorite characters as well.
She's so annoying in the dub.
Yeah, her Japanese VA is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Her English
She's
VA,
so annoying.
Oh, not probably the worst. It's actually easily the worst.
Yes,
not because the acting is bad. Well, okay, not because the performance is bad, but it's just like it doesn't fit her character at all. Like if it was a different person, it'd be a fine performance. Because it's Hanji, it's like this is not Hanji at all. She almost feels like a preppy like high schooler in the dub to me, which I was like, this is literally not what you want to go for Hanji. She needs to be the slutty professor. With, Eddie.
With what?
Like the nutty professor, but
the
slutty professor.
I hate you.
Yeah, her dub's not great. Jean in the dub is kind of like, Aaron, this might be unfair because Aaron was really like freaked out for all those episodes. He was like on the verge of like a breakdown the whole time, but I didn't like his VA that much. I don't know if this is true. I didn't look it up, but the guy sounded like he was from California, and that always takes me out of it.
Okay.
Because there's that California accent that sometimes speaks through. I don't know if he is. Maybe maybe he's Canadian. Who knows?
I don't know either.
But it sounded like California to me. Anyway, I think it's Pappenbrook. Bryce Pappenbrook, maybe?
I don't know.
Connie was good. Sasha was good. Historia actually preferred the English dub to the VA because I don't like Historia's voice in the Japanese dub. I don't know. She sounds like too young to me.
Too anime for you?
I guess it's a little too anime for me because in the dub she sounds like a young girl who is like a queen and she's being like this person. Obviously, I don't speak Japanese, so I don't know what they sound like. But whenever she speaks in the sub, all I hear is like "Uhu kawaii senpai." Aaron, you must Mamoru me. You know, stuff like that. Yeah. Doesn't that mean protect?
I don't know.
I don't know. So, to have a character that I prefer the dub, that's pretty impressive. Good job on Historia's VA, who I don't know who she is.
I don't know either.
But good job. You did good. Japanese one, you did You did Daijobu as well. Anyway, season 3, the whole taking down the Colossal Titan at Shiganshina. Best part of the show, hands down.
Yep. Facts.
It was just great. It was all characters at different times kind of pulling their weight. John got a little moment himself. You know, I like that they're kind of sharing a little more of the glory than just having it being like the Eren, Mikasa, Armin show. Obviously, Levi and Erwin having their separate thing outside the walls against the Beast Titan. However, sadly, again, it was kind of spoiled to me that Armin would live because I had seen a picture of season 4.
Oh, dang.
And I was like, well, Armin's right there, so I know that it's him. But it also made sense to me.
Dang, that sucks. So you knew when that whole episode where they fight over who they want to revive, either Erwin or Armin. That's like one of my favorite episodes of the whole show.
It was good. No, it was still very good.
But I know, but since you knew, oh my gosh.
Even without it, I still felt, maybe I'm being biased because I did know, but I still feel pretty strongly that I was like, I don't really see Erwin coming back. Yeah. To me, it just didn't make sense for the story, how it was going to go for Erwin to be like, I can finally die, and then being like, no, I can't. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
It made more sense for Armin to come back for me, just for the story to play out. There's stuff going on with Attack on Titan that I don't get. Hopefully, I will get it.
What's up? What's up?
Well, like Noctis, Aaron Kruger, telling Grisha, which they say Grisha in the dub, by the way.
Grisha.
But they say Grisha.
I know. They also say Mikasa.
Mikasa.
What is that?
Yeah. He tells him that he needs to save Mikasa and Armin, whatever that means.
Yeah. He don't even know. He's like,
I don't know.
I don't
know what that means. So interesting stuff. And then season 4 happened. And now what's up? What is up?
Time hop.
It's been 4 years.
4 years.
Since that.
Big war.
Reiner is around still.
Reina. They also say Reina.
Reina.
In the dub.
Yeah.
I'm just like, what?
Yeah, Reiner Braun. They're in it's the Marlians, who are the new people that got introduced. They're like the outside people. I have a question.
Okay.
So that was supposed to be like a reveal, like a big moment.
What, that there's
other people?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why?
I just kind of assumed the whole time. So when I remembered that they wanted me to assume that there wasn't, I was like, right, they wanted me to not think that there weren't other people. So it was a very weird moment for me because I was like, oh, right, there wasn't supposed to be other people. Because the whole time I'm just like, I wonder what the other countries are like this whole time. So that was just like me not paying attention.
But you didn't think that like they were like they're Hitler.
Exactly.
And they're sending these people and turning them into Titans.
I thought it was very interesting that the twist of Attack on Titan was Hitler. I think that's a very brave choice.
Like, what?
For the whole thing. Like, they got the armbands and everything.
I know.
Okay.
It's like literally Holocaust.
They put the Eldians in internment zones, right?
Yep.
Sure.
They
okay.
wear the bands.
They're all brainwashed. Zeke also is one that's very up in the air right now because he betrayed his dad and mom. And he's still doing his stuff for the army, but he doesn't have a lot of time left. He has 1 year left.
1 year.
As the Beast Titan. So we'll see how that goes for him.
Either way, he's dying. So
yeah, right. Exactly.
No matter what, he's dead.
He's done for. And then Reiner has to choose his successor, which he hasn't yet. Between I don't remember all their names. I only remember Gabby and Falco. The only two.
Those are the important ones, I think.
Udo might have been the other one, and then the girl who I actually liked, but she didn't do much.
Yeah, they're probably not very important, but you never know.
But they're Eldians. Gabby's a savage.
Yeah.
She looks like Sasha and Tanji.
She seems like a terrible person to me. I don't know. Get bad vibes.
Yeah, she seems pretty bad. I mean, she's just a brainwashed, person. She's a little
but I think she's going to do bad things that we don't like.
Yeah, I could feel that Gabby could go off and, like, kill Armin, right?
Bro, just kill Armin. They save Armin, 10 episodes ago just to have him get murdered.
We don't even see him turn into the Colossal Titan. He's been training for 4 years and everything, and we're going to see him, and it's going to be great. Don't even see it.
Gabby just
and Mikasa's like, oh my gosh, Armin was the strongest Colossal Titan. He was the strongest Titan ever, and now he's just dead. And we'll just be like, oh, I wish I could have seen that.
There we go.
It'll be in an OVA or something. It'll be like Armin's training day. Who knows?
I don't know.
I still want to see some Titan team ups though.
What do you mean? Like
combining powers, you know?
Oh.
Like, I was waiting for like the Colossal Titan to pick up Reiner and throw him, and then Reiner in the air to turn to the Armored Titan and like bash through something, you know?
Oh, that'd be kind of sick.
I know. So now maybe Eren and Armin can do it.
Yo, like combo moves.
And then the Cart Titan can shoot him with a gun.
The Cart Titan, unbelievable. I cannot believe you.
She's cool. I can't help it. So with the whole, is this going to be a loop? Is this going to be like a weird time loop that just keeps repeating on itself? Like what's the, you know?
I don't know.
It's all very strange. I had a weird thing that came to my mind. And this is totally just came up and I have no proof or evidence or what, but like, what if Falco was Reiner? And that's it. Like, what if they're all like the next people and they all get their memories wiped, you know? And it was just like that. Because he got the head damage.
And he's like, I was using swords and flying around.
Right,
like, dude,
yeah.
What?
And he got the head damage, so that would be like Reiner's like personality switching because he got the head injury and stuff.
Oh, and they do kind of look alike.
Right, exactly. So what if it's just like, it just keeps going?
Interesting.
Then we get seasons 5 through 8, and it's the same show, but they all have different names.
You think Reiner's gonna switch up again?
What do you mean? Oh, you mean go back
and betray Marley and go back with the squad?
I feel like somebody's got to do it, and if it was anybody, it'd have to be Reiner. You know, and he was at the dinner table talking about all of his memories about, he's like, oh, they're all awful people. She had a potato and wouldn't share.
Yes.
And they're like, kill them all.
He's like, they're so greedy.
They're so greedy. She took half a potato, and it wasn't even close to half. It was more like 3/4 of a potato. I was like, okay,
literally,
Reiner. It's very interesting. So Falco is like our protagonist on the Marley side. So we're definitely going to be seeing a lot of him, I feel.
I like him. He's cool.
I like him. I assumed that he's going to be all of season 4. We're not going to go back to Eren and stuff. We're going to see Falco looking at Eren and Armin and Mikasa from his perspective. We're going to see them doing stuff, but like from Falco's point of view.
Oh, interesting.
That's what I assume we're not going to go back to Eren's perspective.
I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
That would be kind of cool.
That's what I assume. But who knows? Who knows? We'll see. I don't know.
What do you think about the music?
The music, well, I can tell you that the opening song I hate.
For season 4?
Yeah.
Ah, you're a faker.
What do you mean?
You're a faker.
I hate it. It's awful.
Oh my gosh.
What's bad? What's good about it?
It's a banger.
Okay. Sure. The ending song is good.
No, dude, literally, like, everyone... This was like...
Anyone who has a negative opinion about Attack on Titan is a faker.
No, before you were totally caught up, when the first episode of season 4 came out, like right when it came out, everyone was like, this new opening sucks. It's terrible. And then as the week went on, people were like listening to it more, including myself. I didn't like it the first time I heard it.
I've only listened to it once. I didn't even listen to it twice.
You gotta listen to it more.
Okay.
And then everyone was like, yeah, it's actually kind of good. And now like the whole AOT fandom is just like... this is a banger. Let's go. It's so hype.
Okay, well, maybe I'll listen to it one more time.
And apparently the manga readers, you know, the higher ups.
The higher IQ people, yes.
They say that it's, like, really good, like, in terms of, like, the show.
Oh, okay, sure.
I was like, okay.
I have another question.
Okay.
Where are the black people? If Eren saw a black person, would he think it's an abnormal Titan? An attack?
Stop.
I'm just saying, because they put such, I bring this up for a serious reason, because they had such an emphasis on Mikasa being like an Asian, like the last half-blood Asian, like with Levi, like the Ackerman stuff, you know?
Yeah.
And then that kind of like went away almost. So I'm wondering if that's going to come back and like black people are going to have like literally a significance of like, oh yeah, that's this country, you know, that's this kingdom, and maybe they come and they're like, we're here. And, you know, so, like I could see that actually happening because they put an emphasis on race at some point in the show, and like it seems like a particular omission to have a whole race of actual people just not be there, you know. And I get that it's like Germany-ish, so like there would be less, if any, you know. So I get what they're going for, but still, I wonder if they'll even ever show up. We'll see.
Interesting. If not, Isayama is racist.
Yes, true. True fact. Well, to be fair, a lot of black people in anime are not always drawn the best. So maybe they should just stay away from it.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I don't know.
Maybe we'll never know. Anyway.
But you you bought a shirt.
I bought a shirt, so yeah. I don't
big
love
fan.
it. No.
Big fan.
Not a big fan.
You bought a shirt. You're a big fan.
I'm a big fan of the Cart Titan. Even divorced from the show, if you showed me clips of the Cart Titan, I'd be like, yeah, Cart Titan.
You're so weird.
So I love the Cart Titan. I get attached to those side characters, like Cart Titan.
Yeah.
So I like Cart Titan.
But you think the show is just
I'm an S word for Cart Titan.
Okay.
I'm not allowed to say the S word anymore.
Right. We'll get banned off Twitch.
We'll get banned off of Twitch. I can't say S word. But if I was a V word and Cart Titan was an I word, I would make that no longer be the case.
Okay. I was like, let me think.
Those are the 3 words that they banned. Anyway, do you have any other facts? I like the way it's going. I think it's an interesting direction. Is everybody in the community happy with it so far? It's only been 2 episodes.
Yes, everyone's...
But with the new perspective,
let's go.
Everyone's like, okay, they're on board.
It's banger time. Apparently, this is what I've heard.
Okay.
So I know for a fact
Wait, let me take a little sip of my nog.
Okay. Make it like ASMR. Nice. Okay.
My little nog champ.
After episode 4,
okay,
there's going to be like a week off where there's no episode.
Oh.
Just to like give like the animators like a rest or whatever.
Mappa. We can talk about Mappa as well.
Yeah, right. And then episode 5 comes out. And I've heard that episode 5 is supposed to be like, this is like the episode.
Okay.
Or like the first. I'm assuming there'll probably be more episodes. But this episode apparently has like a huge moment. That's just what I've heard. Sure, so I don't know.
I'd have to, based off that, I'd assume maybe that's the Warhammer Titan finally showing up.
Coming in and being like...
Do you have predictions? Who lives? Who dies? How does it end?
Dude, how does it end? I don't even know, bro.
I don't know. I still feel that most people are going to live by the end. I would love to be wrong because I like death in things. I think it's a fun tool.
I feel like maybe it'll have a sad ending.
Or like a bittersweet.
No sweet. Like just like everybody
I
dies.
wouldn't be surprised if every character who is a Titan died. Like Aaron and Armin were.
Well, they have to anyway.
Right, yeah. But
eventually. Mm-hmm. But you mean die before like their 13 years are up.
Yeah. And they like die in the thing. Or they make some kind of decision which is like, oh yeah, we'll fix things, but you'll die right now. And they're like, okay. Wouldn't be surprised if that happens. I'm not saying that will happen, but I'd be like, yeah, that makes sense.
I don't know. Maybe all the Titans will break out of the walls and flatten the earth, like they'd say. And that's the end of the show, just Titans.
That'd be pretty...
There's no humans, it's just Titans now.
I don't know if I'd like that.
Unless... Even like the grim ending of everyone being eaten?
Maybe they built a new society.
In space.
I wasn't thinking space. I was just thinking that then humans attack them, and it's like attack on human.
Oh, the Titans build a society.
And then there's like a human cabal that's left, and they attack the Titan walls by crawling in the cracks underneath because they're so small.
Oh.
And they're like, oh my gosh, we have to do the Shingeki no Human. You know?
There we go. Now we're talking.
It could work. I'm excited to see where it goes.
Mappa.
The biggest... Well, I don't know if I can say release. It looks good.
Like I think it looks good.
Looks good. I feel like where it shines the most was the action scene with like the tank bullets and stuff piercing Titans.
Oh yeah,
and
those
everything.
were cool.
That was like the most showy so far, and it looked great. A lot of impact behind it, behind those blows and everything. So they're pulling it off. They're doing a pretty good job.
I thought the CG looked pretty good too.
Yeah,
like how they do like the whatever, and they're doing like new things, like weird like camera movements and almost like tracking shots for like some things. I was like, oh, it was really interesting looking.
The style maybe seemed a little bit lost. Just with all the super thick lines, I felt like there weren't as many anymore.
Oh yeah,
it used to be the really thick outlines on like people's hair and stuff. Yeah, and that seemed to maybe go away a little bit. Looked a little bit more normal a bit, but I don't know.
But I like it.
No, it's good.
I've seen other shows with Mappa. doing the animation. So rock on,
good,
Mappa.
good job. Any closing thoughts for Attack on Titan, Shingeki no Kyojin?
Let's go.
Yeah.
I'm hyped. We're gonna talk about the show for a long time.
Let's Gyojin. Is it 16 episodes?
Yeah, but that's only like half of it.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's not even like all of it.
Good.
There's probably going to be
because I was like,
part 2.
They introduced a whole new thing and we do it in 16 episodes. I was like, oh,
that's like half of it. Yeah.
Good. Okay.
I know it's going to be crazy.
That makes me feel a lot better about the show actually, because I was like, how do they wrap this up?
Yeah.
Okay. Good. Good news to finish that off then. I guess it's time for my week then.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I watched a few movies, kind of by accident, but that's not important.
Okay.
I watched Frailty from 2001, directed by Bill Paxton, starring Matthew McConaughey. Ooh, one of his earlier roles. It's about Matthew McConaughey. He goes to the police station. He's like, hey, I know where this serial killer is. And the police guy's like, okay, how do you know that? He's like, I know him because he's my brother. And he tells him the story of him and his brother growing up. And his dad was like a crazy person and told him that like demons were coming to Earth and it was up to them to kill all the demons, right?
Okay.
So his father was a murderer, and he was teaching his sons to become murderers, right?
Nice.
And it's pretty good. McConaughey doesn't get to do a lot of acting, but what he does is good. It's Matthew McConaughey. Not super scary. It's like a psychological more thing of just seeing these young boys. I mean, they're like 8 and 12 or something. Like, they're real young, dealing with watching their father bring home people and just be like, look, it's a demon, and then slaughtering them with an axe.
Nice.
And just being like, watch me do this, boys. You know?
Boy.
And then him in the real world being like, yeah, my brother's been the one killing all these people. Anyway, fast forward to the end. He's not his brother. He is his brother. He's not the guy he said he was. He's actually his brother who went with the brainwashing, and he's the serial killer.
Oh.
And he's the one who's got the list of demons and everything. And so he's been killing. And then another twist, he's right. They are demons.
Oh.
And he's doing a good thing, I guess.
Did you see that coming?
I saw him being his brother coming, because it would make sense. He was like leading him to this like site where his brother was supposed to be. And I'm like, oh, he's leading him to his death. Like, that makes sense. But the ending of him being like, oh yeah, that guy was a child molester. This guy committed matricide. You know, this girl did bad things, like sold drugs to kids or something. You know, and it's like, oh, so he's right? Like, because it's not even like up to interpretation. He goes like to the guy, oh, you killed your mom. And he's like, how do you know that? And he's like, God told me. And he's like, bam. And it's like,
oh, shoot.
So we should be rooting for him the whole, like, it's a weird feeling to end a movie on, because you're like, well, it's a good thing that these horrible people have died, but
right,
it's a very strange feeling at the end of this movie. And that was probably the point, just to be really unsettling, because at the end he has like a happy family and stuff, and he's like, let's go home, honey, and his wife's like knows about it, I guess.
Interesting.
But definitely, yeah, an interesting movie to just watch it to see how it makes you feel by the end of it. If you're like rooting for him, or if you're still kind of on the fence about it. I also watched The Little Girl Who Lives Down the Lane. This is one of Jodie Foster's earliest like performances. She's like 14 in this or something. Very, very young. Still a really good actress even at 14. The movie, however, I have mixed feelings about. I believe it was a book, and I feel like you can tell. I feel like it'd be a very good book. She lives alone, and she says that her father's there, but her father's dead. Her parents aren't around. She's living there alone, and she's pretending that her parents are still there. So she's totally by herself, fooling people. This child molester is like trying to molest her like super hard, and she's like, nuh-uh. And then it's just her being like pestered by all these people in town, being like, where the hell is your dad? And she's like upstairs, and they're like, can I look? And she's like, no. And then they leave. And that's like 8 scenes of this movie. It's like, is your dad upstairs? Yes. Can I see him? No. Okay. And they all just leave.
What?
It's very funny, until eventually she has her boyfriend dress up as her dad, and it just works.
Nice.
I don't know. The movie was fine. It's definitely a psychological, like the other one, because it's a very weird circumstance of how she got to be that way. You know, it's A lot of mystery going on that. You don't always know if she's innocent, perhaps. It's like, what did happen to her parents?
She killed him.
Maybe. I'll never tell. You'll have to watch the movie. But I thought it was funny, this movie ends the same way as Call Me By Your Name.
She cries in front of a fire?
No, she doesn't cry, but she's in front of the fire, except she's looking away from the fire. The fire's behind her, and she just stares forward while the credits roll for like minutes.
Does the one song play? Visions of Gideon.
There's no music. It's just the fire crackling.
And she's like...
No, she's just looking.
I murdered my parents.
Basically. But yeah, I thought that was kind of funny.
Interesting.
Movie's fine. Could be stronger. The direction was weak, I think. Nicholas Gessner.
Come on.
You could have done better.
Nicholas.
I'll watch one more that's a little bit different. It's from 2013. It's called About Time from Richard Curtis. It stars General Hux, Domhnall Gleeson.
Oh, my favorite. He's the spy.
He's the spy. And Rachel McAdams, I believe. And
she blows up.
She's cute. It is about a dude who his family, all the men in his family, can time travel. And that's their power.
I thought this was a rom-com.
It is.
Okay. Rom-coms are crazy, apparently. I didn't know this.
Yeah. So he's like, oh, I can time travel. Great. And the setup is a little bit whatever, because the dad's like, oh, you have time travel. What do you want to do with it? And he goes, I want a girlfriend. So it's a little bit whatever. But again, he's also like, oh, I could get money, whatever. And the dad's like, oh, well, you don't want money because blah, blah, blah. He's like, oh, I want to do this. And he's like, oh, don't do that because it's stupid.
Okay.
So they do set it up enough where the dad shoots ideas down. So they thought about that. And they also thought about how creepy it would be to force someone to be your girlfriend through time travel. So the first girl that he tries it on, no matter what he does, she doesn't fall in love with him. And it kind of sets up, look, he's not manipulative. Just get that out of the way, because you can't really like this movie if you think he's a weird, manipulative creep. And they also get through that by the first time that he meets the girl that he ends up falling in love with. Okay. They do hit it off with no time travel. They get along really well. They set up another date. So there's no time travel involved in them first meeting,
All right.
So it gets over that creepiness factor. The only problems... It is a very touching movie. The only problems I have with it is the dude's so dumb, and it's for the movie's sake. But it creates awkward scenarios. It's like, oh, he hasn't actually met this person yet, and then knowing really secret things about them and then being freaked out by it,
Mm-hmm.
More than a rom-com and a love story, it's not just a love story between a man and a woman. It's also a love story between a father and a son, that kind of relationship. Because there's a very touching moment at the end where after he has his son, he can't go back, or his daughter, he can't go back in time anymore, because if he changes one little thing, a different sperm will get to the egg. You know what I mean? Because even changing one thing, it can change that.
Right.
1 second off, 1 millisecond, blah, blah, blah. It will affect that. So he figures that out, and he's like, oh, shit. And eventually, his father dies, and he's like, oh, that's okay. I can, go back in time and see my dad whenever I want. And he does that. And you're like, oh, that's kind of interesting, because his father's dead, but he can still go back to when he was alive and, talk to him,
Yeah.
And talk to him and be like, hey, you're dead. And it's a very interesting conversation to have with someone. But then he's going to have another kid, and he's like, oh, shit, if I have another kid, I'm never going to see my dad again, So his wife's, about to give birth, 9 months pregnant or whatever. He's like, well, I guess this is it, because once I know that baby and I see that baby for the first time, I don't want it to change. I don't want it to be a different kid, because I'm going to fall in love with it. And so he has this final conversation with his dad, and it's him, as a person with time travel, learning to accept things like a normal person has to.
Yeah.
And it's a really good just growth moment for the character of seeing him kind of get his way in a lot of ways, and then having to let go of it like everybody else does.
Yeah.
And that's the message they have at the end of the movie, where at the end of it, he's like, I don't really even time travel anymore. I just live each day to the fullest, and I have no need to travel back in time anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I thought that was a very good message at the end of this movie. So it kind of stops being a rom-com 3/4 of the way through.
Yeah.
It starts being a grief movie. But it's very good. It's very, very good. I liked it.
I didn't know. I always thought the movie was just some silly rom-com.
No, exactly. I thought it was that too. And I was like, I was literally putting it on to go to sleep. And I was like, I'll just put this on. I'll just fall asleep to it. It's been on my list, whatever. And then I was hooked. I was like, oh my gosh, this is good.
Wow.
You know?
That's cool.
I really liked it. If you like rom-coms, you'll probably like it. If you don't like it, You'll probably like it.
Hmm.
And then there's one thing left that we both saw.
Oh, yeah.
Drew! That was the noise that it makes.
What makes?
The Mandalorian. Whenever he appears on screen, he goes, Woo!
I thought it's like...
Yeah.
Oh, The Mandalorian, our favorite show.
Our favorite show. It's so good, you guys.
It's our favorite show.
If you follow me on Twitter, you know how much I love The Mandalorian Season 2.
Yay. Okay, so we have, 2 episodes to talk about?
2 episodes we talk about.
The Bo Burnham one, and then the finale.
Bo Burnham. Bill Burr.
Oh!
I wish it was Bo Burnham. He'd be like, Mandalorian, we have to get the pussy eater, pussy eater, pussy eater.
I said Bo Burnham.
Yeah.
The Bill Burr episode. I'm sorry, all the Burr heads
all
out
the
there.
Burr heads out there are going to be coming for us.
My bad.
Yeah, that episode, and then the final episode, which, yeah. Okay, so Bill Burnham episode.
The Bill Burnham episode. Yep. Okay, thanks.
It was fun. Yeah,
It was fine.
I think the whole part with him having to take his helmet off was so dumb and stupid.
Yes.
Like, the guy's like, I can't go in there. What if they see my face?
Yeah.
Oh, well, maybe wear the helmet up to the thing and then take it off for a second and then put it back on. He's like, no, I'll just break my honor code that I've held my entire life to let hundreds of people see my face because, that's better than you putting on a helmet. And then he goes up to the guy anyway, and it's totally fine.
Yeah.
And that's just like an extra insult, which I guess is okay.
Yeah.
But it's
and
just
then he takes it off in the last episode.
And then he takes it off again in the last episode in front of everybody.
I was like, maybe that would have been better if we didn't take it off earlier.
It would have been both of them were to show his connection to Grogu, right? Like, he did it both times for Grogu, so I get that. And I guess they were trying to build up to it by having him do that. And everybody who saw his face, except for Bill Burnham, died. So I guess...
Bill Burnham.
So I guess that's okay, because they saw his face, but they're dead now, so who cares? I don't know. I just thought it was stupid the whole time. I was like, why doesn't he put on a helmet? I don't get it.
Yeah, that episode was all right.
The Rhydonium chase part, that was kind of interesting, I guess.
Yeah, that was a
with the
cool
pirates.
little action scene.
Yeah.
It was like Mad Max.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't as good as Mad Max.
It was good enough. That's what I'll say. It was good enough.
Yeah, I guess. Then we have the finale.
The finale.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Let's go,
Oh, my
baby.
gosh. Star Wars is so good.
So they get the whole squad together.
Everyone's there. It's Cara
Cara
Dune,
Mando, Bo-Katan, Boba Fett, and 2 girls. I don't know the names.
Fennec,
and the other girl.
Sasha.
I don't think that's it.
No, it's I forget what her name is, but she's Sasha.
Yeah.
And they all get together, and they somehow know where the doctor guy is. I don't think they really explain it. They just kind of teleport to his ship. They're like, Boba Fett, go find the doctor guy. And he's like, okay.
Right, yeah.
I don't know how did I miss something?
I didn't even think about that.
They just, got to him. This highly, even the guy was like, this is the most important dude ever. And if he dies, that will suck for you. I'm like, okay, how did they find them? They just found him.
Yeah, I didn't think about that, I guess. Yeah, I guess they do.
I must have missed something, or not, but the whole time I thought they were going to answer it, but they didn't.
And then they're like, let's find the Moff Gideon so we can get the kid.
Yeah, little Grogu. And they do it from the doctor's side.
They find it in, why is his ship, where they launch they're launching bay for their ships, their TIE fighters and stuff. Why is it like this?
Yeah, I don't know.
What's the design? Why are we designed like this so we can go one at a time? You got to go way out.
Because it's stylistic.
No, you can't have coming in and going out at the same time or else they're going to hit each other and blow up.
Yeah.
It's just bad design.
It's just a bad design, but what can we say? Maybe it was an old ship.
I mean, maybe. I don't know. And then they get in and they're like, let's fight. And then the Moff Fring.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Gustavo
Gideon.
Yeah. Was like, release the Dark Troopers.
Mm-hmm. And he releases them, and the Dark Troopers like to punch instead of using anything else.
And they punch him.
They punch
Mando a lot, and he gets hurtied. But then he's like, Beskar spear. Let's go.
This episode had so much action that it made my eyes like glaze over after like a few of the scenes, because all the ladies were fighting. I think that's why remember the three of them, the Mandalorians, Bo-Katan's people. They used to have a dude with them. Did they not have the dude anymore because they wanted an all-female action scene?
I don't know.
Because that's what I was like. Where was the dude? They had a dude with them. It was three of them, and then he's just gone.
Justice for the dude.
I don't know. He's on an important mission. Maybe he'll be in season 5.
5?
Yeah, they're gonna bring him back way later, and he's like, "You abandoned me. Now I'm gonna kill Grogu."
Then Mando finds Grogu and Gus.
Yeah, but I just want to say the action. I don't know if you felt the same way, but after a while, especially when he started fighting the Dark Troopers and they started punching him in the face into the wall, I just like stopped caring. I was like, okay. I don't know what it was about this episode, but I was totally done with it. I don't know why, but I was just fed up with the action. I was like, I don't care.
I don't know if I was like, I don't care, but
maybe
I guess I understand the fatigue.
I felt like not threatened by them at all. You know, I felt no threat, even a little bit. I was like, yeah, they're going to be fine. Like, I don't know. Mm-hmm. It just didn't capture any kind of, what if? No, they're fine.
Yeah. And then
he fights Moff Gideon.
He's got the like, Moff Gideon's like, they think I'm over there, but I'm over here, and they don't know that.
And they're just going to stand around.
And they're just going to be angry that it wasn't me. But I already got what I need from the kid, so you can just take him. Here, go take him. Yeah. Take him, Mando. Please, just go take him. I'll stand behind you while you do that. Mm-hmm. You go take him. I promise. It's okay.
Yeah.
And Mando's like, oh, okay. Yeah, thanks,
sense.
Bro.
Yeah.
And then Moff is like, ah! Mm-hmm. And then they fight. And Mando wins. Yay.
That's another thing I hate. So he fights Moff Gideon. Moff Gideon has the
dark saber.
And it does nothing.
Well, it's because he has Beskar armor.
I know, but just like from a writing perspective, the first thing we see it do is nothing.
Yeah, that
it cuts through the wall a little bit.
Yeah.
Like they could have had it be like, I don't know, a chase, and maybe he like literally cuts through the wall to like chase them or something. Like anything cool, you know?
Well, technically the first time we see it is when he cuts out of the TIE fighter.
Sure.
With it.
But wouldn't that have been way cooler in like a scene where he just
chops Grogu's head off.
Yeah, like, right there.
Get the kid now.
And then Grogu force heals his own head back.
Like Leia.
Yes, exactly like Leia. Remember when Leia got decapitated?
That would have been sick.
But seriously, it was the Darksaber is this huge deal. I was like, oh yeah. And then it's like, wait, it might as well be a stick.
Yeah.
It was very disappointing.
And then maybe the worst thing ever happens, which apparently everybody loves.
I don't get it. I was on Twitter and I was like, ooh boy, I can't wait to see what people are saying on Twitter.
Everyone's like, oh, fantastic. Love it.
I don't get it. Why can't Star Wars be more than one character?
Literally.
So Luke shows up and saves the day. It's young Luke. He's way younger than I thought he was going to look. You know, like...
Yeah, but they play it up so hard, though.
Yeah, like, he's walking through... Okay, I'll give you this. This might be the first time we've gotten to see... Because I think maybe the sequel trilogy blueballed people a little bit. To see Luke at Absolute Master, greatest Jedi in the world... fighting, you know, this might be the first time that we've actually seen
it was cool when he was like totally owning all the Dark Troopers.
Yeah, exactly. Like seeing him at full strength, maybe this is the first time we've seen that. So I get that being like good for people, be like, finally we get to see him at full power. You know, he's not an old man anymore. This is him at his best. He's in his stride. He's reforming the Jedi Order that's gonna fail. You know, and everything. So I get it why people would be excited for that, and it was cool. But damn it.
Yeah, and then he's like, I'm Luke Skywalker, even though like
like,
you already
really?
knew like way before when they're like,
See,
oh, he has a green
lightsaber.
lightsaber.
They were saying that, and I was like, what if this is Leia? What if she takes it off and Leia's there, and she's like, you know, in the classic Leia voice,
bro. And then he's just like, come child with me, and Mando's just like, okay.
Yeah. I mean, that was his mission, but still, he just says goodbye.
And then,
yeah. And
just gone, and it just ends.
Yeah, there's no time for Din Djarin, the Mandalorian, to think about it or express a feeling about it, really.
Yeah, he just takes his helmet off and cries.
And then it's like over, like not even 10 seconds of, oh boy, like anything.
It just ends, and this whole season's over.
Right, and it's, I don't know what the rest of the show is going to be.
I don't know. That's what I was like, what?
Right,
why is this happening?
Are they going to do the Mandalorian without Grogu?
They can't. I mean, the whole appeal of the show is freaking Baby Yoda.
Yeah.
Okay?
And the connection between him and the Mandalorian.
And now that's gone.
Question mark.
And so, like, maybe they just, like, make a movie where Bo-Katan and Mando just fight for the Darksaber.
Right. Like, they could do the show more, right? But I don't see how they could do the show more with Grogu. You know?
Yeah.
I can see the show going, but it's just, what's the point if the child isn't there?
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, what?
And I think a lot of people feel that way, but I'm not seeing that discourse. Again, I can't look too long because whenever I see anybody have a happy
have you
feeling,
seen the rating of the episode on IMDb?
It's like 9.9.
It's yes.
Yeah. I don't know.
I get we're in the minority.
I don't know if I said this on the podcast yet, but I remember when the sequel trilogy ended, I stood up. I didn't really do this, but I should have. In the movie theater, just stand up and start clapping as soon as the last Return of the Rise of the Skywalker ended. Right? I stood up and I start clapping because I was like, finally, Star Wars can be good. They don't have to focus on Luke Skywalker anymore, and Star Wars can be good. And look where we are. We can't get over him.
He's back.
Everyone's
just for a
back.
moment.
Everyone's back forever.
I don't know. See, and my thing is, like, it could have been like a cool moment. They could have introduced a whole new Jedi I've never seen before, like ever. It could have just been like some random dude like Kwanzaa, and he's like, "I'm Kwanzaa. I received the call from the Jedi Rock."
And maybe he's
the child.
Maybe he's like a Twi'lek.
And he could have been cool. I was thinking maybe they could have something that could have been cool was they could have taken. It could have been the kid from the game, the Jedi Fallen Order. It could have been him as like an old.
He's a real person,
like an older
like
person,
a real actor.
Yeah, it could have been him. They could have made him old, and that for people that played the game, that probably would have been like freaking cool. I think that would have been cool. It could have been literally anybody but fucking Luke Skywalker.
I mean, I guess it's set in that time period that they're allowed to still do it, but I'm still eager for stuff there's thousands of years in Star Wars. Thousands.
Literally.
And it's like all within like 70.
It's very annoying.
The prequels are there, to be fair. And everybody hated those,
So, I don't know. Rip us apart on Twitter. I don't care.
Yeah, go for it, please. I don't even like Star Wars that much.
I know. It just keeps on getting worse. Whatever.
And The Mandalorian, I still get why everybody's into it, but like, let's be real, the show's overrated.
Oh, it's unbelievable. It was overrated from episode 1, season 1.
Yeah, exactly. Could have been, I think at this point, it could have been the show that people think it is, but it's not.
It's definitely not. And I don't know. I mean, it looks good. The production is high. Something I wanted to say that this show is a video game.
Yeah.
And that's why it doesn't work a lot. Like, it literally plays out like a video game.
Yeah.
Like, Mando's like, I do side mission, I meet character. I do side mission, I meet character. I do big main mission. The characters I meet are in main mission. I do side mission.
Right, exactly. That's kind of the thing. And Grogu's always there, and I don't know. Do you want to talk about Bo-Katan and the Darksaber?
No. What is there to say?
I don't know. That it's Giancarlo Esposito is not dead.
Nope.
So I don't get what the big deal is. Like, obviously he said it's the story, and I guess just winning in a duel maybe isn't as good of a story, I guess, but that's dumb too. And she was the one who was like, I don't know. She was the one who's like, oh, you can't take your helmet off? That's stupid. He should have been like, oh, you can't take this stupid sword? You're dumb.
Yeah, she's like, I can't take it. I gotta win it.
Right, exactly. And I get that it's supposed to be like, oh, people will rally behind her because of the great story. And maybe that's the direction they're going, that the Mandalorian's going to become Mandalore and, like, reunite them, even though that's not really a thing.
I don't know. I don't even know if I want to watch anymore.
I have to. I don't know. You know what? If Grogu's not there, I might not. Actually, yeah.
Like, why? Why do I want to watch season 3?
It just seems like I was really surprised that they actually got to him and he was there. And I thought it was going to be like any other Star Wars villain. Like Darth Maul was going to be there. And it was just be like, oh. And he was like going to be there and just
Darth
like.
Maul. Again.
I don't know. Well, right. But that's where my bar is at for Star Wars. And I wasn't that far off, really. But I thought it was going to be like anybody else. And he was actually going to be secretly, like he escaped or something, and he had like a secret plan. But no, they just got him. The show's not over, right?
No, I know. and Luke, and the other thing is like Luke takes Grogu to like train him, but we all know how Luke's thing ends where like they all die. So is Grogu just dead now? Canon? He just gets murdered when everyone else gets murdered?
Yep.
Thanks, Kylo Ren.
Thanks, Ben. Ben. Whatever. You know what? I'm over it.
I don't know. But did you see the after credits scene?
With Boba?
Yeah, that was stupid. That show seems so uninspired. I will not.
That single episode.
I will not watch.
Tanked all of my expectations for Star Wars in the future. That single episode. I was like, Star Wars is this big thing. It could go in any direction. And the direction they decided to go was in instead of out.
I don't know.
So, and the scene is that he sits in the Jabba chair.
Yeah, and then it's like, and watch this new show, the Boba show.
Boba Days.
Whatever.
It's a hard knock Boba.
And it's like, okay, I don't want to watch that.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Whatever. But I guess that would take us right into the news, which is we'll just continue with the Star Wars, right? Might as well for a second.
Okay, all Star Wars movies and shows announced at Disney 2020 investor event. Time for news. Breaking news.
Read them. Just read the, like, I don't know.
Okay.
It's just like...
The Mandalorian, Rangers of the New Republic, American Horror Story, Ahsoka.
It literally is the same font.
Why the hell is it the American Horror Story? Is it because
right.
the first 3 letters of Ahsoka are AHS? American Horror Story.
Literally, dude.
Ahsoka. Andor, Obi-Wan Kenobi, which we've talked about on the show just a bit.
Yeah.
I think
we knew that one.
Hayden Christensen's reprising his role in that show.
That's cool. Sure.
Bad Batch.
I think that shows a dumb idea.
We'd have to see. I guess it has potential, maybe.
I don't know.
Because it'll be the ones who aren't going crazy with the Order 66, right?
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I don't have high hopes, but Visions, whatever that is.
I don't know. That one is the one that's most interesting to me because I don't know what it is. It's something where I'm like, I don't know what this is. All the other ones, I'm like, this is the same nonsense that we've had forever.
Good. The Lando show.
That's stupid.
Stupid. The Acolyte.
I forget, but I read what it's about, and
animated?
it's something that we know.
I think that's the one that's animated. Oh, Visions is a set of short films.
Oh, really?
Through anime.
No way. I'm on the Visions train already.
They'll come out in 2021. Yeah, it's an anthology collection of 10 short anime Star Wars films. That sounds pretty cool.
That's cool.
That
Visions, let's go. Star Wars Visions.
Star Wars Visions.
We're on the Star Wars Visions train right now.
Where did I leave off? Acolyte?
Yeah.
Star Wars A Droid Story.
That's, I mean...
Probably dumb.
Why?
And Rogue Squadron, which I'm pretty sure was a video game. Rogue Squadron is a Patty Jenkins joint.
Okay.
And it's Starfighter pilots. So, yeah.
Yay.
Starfighter
stuff that we know about.
Cool.
Visions, though.
Ahsoka is maybe not coming out till 2024.
Yo, damn.
Cool. I mean, I like Ahsoka, but like...
A whole show? Isn't that what Clone Wars is? Yeah. Isn't that what Rebels is?
Kind of, yeah. It's kind of that's Ahsoka. Like, let's see.
How much more of her story is there to tell? I mean, I don't really know.
Ahsoka will be set in the time period of The Mandalorian. So it's going to be Rosario Dawson age.
Okay, so it'll be The Mandalorian, but with Ahsoka as the main character, so it will be not good.
Here's the thing. I love Ahsoka. I really, really, really do. But I don't know. Maybe part of her appeal was that she was not the main. Like, I don't know. I don't know
either. Just continue.
It doesn't make me too excited. Rangers of the New Republic 2024 again. Bye. So I guess it could be earlier. And this is, yeah, cool.
Yay.
And that Rangers of the New Republic, Ahsoka, and The Mandalorian are all going to tie into each other, which is, so Luke's going to be in all three of them.
The Star Wars cinematic universe.
Okay, well.
Andor. What is Andor?
Andor.
Is that like the thing is that the Sith thing?
Cassian Andor was a major character in the Rogue One, a Star Wars story film.
Andor, like,
yeah.
Oh, like the dude from, okay.
It's a spy thriller
That's
series.
stupid. He's dead, right? That's the dude I'm thinking of that's dead, right?
Yeah.
I hate making shows about people that are dead
Then
already,
Obi-Wan
like canonly.
Obi-Wan Kenobi
is dead.
Is maybe a cool idea, maybe. Because Obi-Wan's sweet, and Obi-Wan actually, I mean, he has Clone Wars too. He's in that a lot, right? But
we know, like, so much.
He was in Rebels too, I think. I don't know.
We just know so much, and like people that are dead, it's like, well, I don't care.
Was the last new Jedi Ahsoka?
Not counting the dude from the game, yes.
Right. Not counting the dude from the game. Okay, good.
I want new things. I don't like the same thing, but apparently everyone else likes the same thing.
I don't even. Yeah, I mean, we already did the Star Man Destroyer like twice.
I don't know.
The Bad Batch, the clones, yeah. Okay.
The Acolyte.
Okay, the Acolyte will look into the emerging dark side powers in the final days of the High Republic area. Oh, okay, wait, that's actually kind of cool. The series will take place before the events of Star Wars The Phantom Menace at a time when the Jedi were at the height of their power. And I'm pretty sure this is an animated one, I think.
Interesting. That one, maybe the second most interesting.
Yeah, Acolyte, second most interesting. So we got 2 out of, 10?
We got cool. Visions and Acolyte that I'll definitely watch Visions.
Yeah.
That sounds cool.
And there's new Marvel stuff too, I guess.
Yay, Marvel!
If I can find.
Speaking of Vision,
speaking of Vision, WandaVision's still happening.
I will not watch that, by the way, unless everyone's like it's really good. But that's what people say about Mandalorian. So who can we trust?
There's a new WandaVision trailer. There's a bunch.
I didn't watch.
There's a What If trailer, which has a zombie Captain America.
I didn't watch.
Black Panther 2 gets a release date, an important casting update.
I watched the Loki trailer. That was the only trailer I watched. Loki looks like nonsense.
Yeah, it does.
Did you watch the trailer?
No.
It's funny.
But it sounds bad.
Because, listen, our Infinity War talk is coming soon. This got to.
Yeah.
Because what Loki is about is, remember in Infinity War...
When he gets the thing and he teleports away.
And the other timeline...
Okay, I need some nog.
He gets the Tesseract and he teleports away. Apparently, that's what... It's like the other timeline Loki. That's what Loki is. I'm just... Okay. So, I don't know. That's what the show is.
So, is this just a big ploy to get him back into the universe? To get him back into the mainline films? And just to do his character arc again?
No, probably not in the films. Probably just for his show. Because the movies are... I don't even know what's... I know, like, the movies are doing in Phase 4, but, like, are they... Is it continuing after Thanos...
What do you mean?
Thanos car. Like, do the Phase 4 movies take place in the same universe, like, after Thanos?
I can only assume.
So that means that Loki wouldn't be able to be in the
Unless he
movies.
travels to that timeline and has the same exact character arc again. Because they're like, it worked. It made us money the first time. Let's just do it again.
Yay.
I don't know. Who knows? Maybe I'm being mean. Black Panther 2, they are not... recasting Chadwick Boseman for Black Panther, right?
Yep.
I read that.
Interesting.
Very interesting. Is it going to go to the...
Sure.
Was she anti-vax, I think, maybe? I saw a tweet or something where she was like, don't take the vaccine.
Oh, interesting.
Maybe it was something else, but it was something bad.
I don't know.
There's gonna be a new She-Hulk casting stuff's going on. Ms. Marvel, Thor: Love and Thunder, new Fantastic Four is happening from John Watts, the Homecoming director. Which honestly,
okay, sure.
Okay, here's the thing: Homecoming. I don't love that Spider-Man, but I think it is like a slightly better movie than most of the Marvel movies. Especially my favorite scene in that movie, hands down, is him and Michael Keaton in the car being dropped off, and they're just having that where he knows that he's Spider-Man. He's like, that Spider-Man's a cool guy, huh?
Yeah.
Like, that's it was a very well done scene, I think. So to see him do Fantastic Four, maybe he'll get it right. There's rumors going around about the casting of that movie. The fan favorites for Mr. Fantastic and Invisible Woman are John Krasinski and Emily Blunt, the real life husband-wife combo for the husband-wife comic book.
I don't like it.
And I heard a rumor in the rumor mill that Doom was going to be Giancarlo Esposito was going to be Doctor Doom.
Let's go.
I can see it.
Rack up the money.
Just go for it, dude. Just whatever. Who cares? Captain Marvel 2.
The only thing is, I feel bad that he's always the bad guy. When is he going to be the good guy?
He was even the bad guy in Do the Right Thing. When he was bugging out. I haven't seen School Days. I should watch that one. Captain Marvel 2, Guardians of the Galaxy. There's going to be like a holiday something. I don't care. Iron Man universe expands. What? I didn't even know about this. Ant-Man 3 is happening. Yay. Ironheart and Armor Wars coming to Disney Plus. Great. That's all I need to know.
Whatever. Yeah.
A bunch of shit.
None of these have interested me. Not one of them. I'll probably watch the Thor movie and the Guardians movie.
I don't know. Who knows? But you know what? You know what actually I am most excited for out of all of these? It is Spider-Man 3.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Because they do say that it is potentially a live-action Spider-Verse movie.
That would break everything.
However, I do feel like it's going to be a Spider-Verse movie light because Doctor Strange is supposed to play a big part. And I'm afraid that it's going to be nothing more than like cameos.
That would suck.
I really feel like they're not going to have plot significance. I think that like the villains and the heroes are just going to kind of jump in during a big action scene, and that's going to be like it. Maybe like the final action scene and they talk at the end for like a second. But I'm not seeing them being introduced like before Act 3 really. I would be surprised if they showed up before that.
Yeah.
But we got Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield apparently supposed to be in. I think Tobey Maguire hasn't actually signed yet. More people, I think Doc Ock from Spider-Man 2's supposed to come back.
Yeah.
Jamie Foxx from Amazing Spider-Man 2 as Electro.
Yeah, as Electro. Cool.
Willem Dafoe as Green Goblin, Kirsten Dunst as MJ, possibly Emma Stone as Gwen Stacy. Like I said, Alfred Molina as Doc Ock, Thomas Hayden Church as Sandman, and
how does that work?
Gyllenhaal as Mysterio. Why? Because he went into the sun? Well, maybe the sun. I don't know.
I'm just confused. So,
and apparently, let me finish because I have one thing left. So Jake Gyllenhaal, Ms. Mysterio possibly returning, and Daredevil Charlie Cox may be showing up.
That would be cool because
that would be really cool.
He deserves it.
Yeah,
they made all these shows so they could be in the movies,
and he was easily the best casting, best
by
result.
far. Daredevil is just the best.
Yeah. But what are you confused about?
So the Spider-Verse that they would bring would be like new. So like the movies that we know, like the Amazing Spider-Man movies and the original Spider-Man trilogy, those like don't matter because like Gwen Stacy dies in the second Amazing Spider-Man.
They're probably
so like those just like kind of don't matter, which is fine if they want to like make it new. But I'm just
here's the thing: we don't even know that the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man is from the same universe as the Gwen Stacy. It could be a separate, and maybe Andrew Garfield's like, fuck, that's fucking Gwen Stacy. And she's like, why are you looking at me? And he's like, oh my God.
Oh, yeah. Oh, interesting.
That'd actually be interesting, but I don't know if it'd
be cool.
Him that much.
Andrew Garfield's good at crying, so maybe.
He is good at crying. Who knows? This could be a mess.
Or it could be really cool, but
who knows?
The track record does not line up, in my opinion.
It does not. Anyway.
Okay.
Yeah, we already talked about new Fantastic Four. Enchanted 2
Yay!
is confirmed for Disney Plus with Amy Adams' return.
Let's go.
And she better finally win an Oscar, says Collider, says Gregory Lawrence. And I agree.
Please.
2007. It's only been 14 years.
I'm ready.
Great. It's Disenchanted is what it will be. Disney Plus.
Interesting.
I can't wait. Giselle.
Yeah, that rocks.
She's finally back.
Let's go, baby.
Let's go. Finally good. The only good Disney news, I think, maybe, is Enchanted 2.
Yeah.
Forget Marvel and Star Wars. Also, there's going to be an Alien TV series for FX and Hulu. Alien. It's going to be a not too far future on Earth, and it's a series. And it's
on Earth,
and it's
So the xenomorph gets to Earth? That's bad news.
That's really bad.
That's bad news.
That's really, really bad. I have no idea what this is supposed to be.
Interesting.
We don't know what this is going to be at all. The last thing in the Alien universe was Covenant in 2017.
And that was okay.
It had a lot of problems though.
Yeah, but it was okay.
Sure. Okay.
It's on the low end of okay.
Good. Okay, I'll agree with that. Anyway, that's happening. Who the frick knows what that's going to be like? Alien TV series. It's the last thing I would have expected.
I'll watch it.
Yeah.
Maybe. We'll see what's, what the...
Disney Plus is increasing its price to $8 a month starting in March 2021. It's the service.
Wasn't it already $8?
I think it was $7.
Oh.
So now it's $8. And I assume that every once in a while...
The next year they'll up it to $9, and then the next year they'll up it to 10, 11, until everyone's paying $22 a month for
What if
Disney
they
Plus.
just increase the price to $10,000 a month and just hope people forget to cancel?
That will happen.
And they're just like, look
and
at all the
cash.
cash.
Oh my gosh.
They're like, you signed the thing. You can't say bad.
Yeah.
Anyway, whatever. It's $8 now. Hooray. Okay, so
this was so funny.
Last episode we had a big news story, and it's still a huge news story, that HBO Max is releasing their whole 2021 slate in theaters and on HBO Max simultaneously, day and date. And people, well, the thing that I didn't know when I heard that news was that they didn't tell anybody.
I know, I didn't know that either.
I didn't know that. They just said it, and they were like, this is happening,
Yep.
and didn't let anybody know, because that's kind of fucked up. Christopher Nolan had to say, some of our industry's biggest filmmakers and most important movie stars went to bed the night before thinking they were working for the greatest movie studio and woke up to find out they were working for the worst streaming service. Damn, get him, Chris.
Roasted.
And I mean, yeah, numbers-wise, I'm pretty sure it is the worst streaming service, which is maybe part of the reason behind this move of hopefully getting more people to come to HBO Max.
It might be the worst streaming service just compared to what it's up against, but I like HBO Max. I think it's got some goods.
When Crackle exists, I don't think it can be the worst streaming service because Sony Crackle is still alive as far as I know.
Let's go Crackle.
I still watch Crackle every once in a while.
I don't know. It just doesn't. HBO Max doesn't have enough content yet. I guess that's why. It's got all the HBO stuff, which people love.
Yeah.
It's got Studio Ghibli.
Yeah.
Turner movie classics or whatever. I mean,
it's getting Cartoon Network stuff, I think.
Yeah, it's got a lot of cool stuff.
But numbers wise, it's the worst.
Right.
And they said that this was going to be the 2021 year. And it was like an experiment.
Yeah.
And that was it. But it's kind of like when you take a genie out of its bottle, it's hard to put it back in. You know what I mean? So it does spell weirdness for the future of theaters and everything. And I understand the concerns of, because Denis Villeneuve also had things to say where he basically came around saying that my film was made to be seen in a theater. Dune was made for the theater experience, not to be watched, as David Lynch might put it, on your fucking telephone. Right?
Yeah. My favorite thing, though, was I saw that Denis also said, he said that Dune is his best movie.
Film.
And I was like, bro,
I was like,
if that is true.
Dune is by far the best movie I've ever made. My team and I devoted more than 3 years of our lives to make it a unique big screen experience.
Which is great. He says by far the best movie ever made, and I would call at least 2 of his movies straight masterpieces.
Yeah.
So, like, what are we doing?
He says, I strongly believe the future of cinema will be on the big screen. No. Yeah, so... And I agree with him. Here's the thing that I have a question, and I don't know if there's an answer. Let's say, right now when you live in a world with going to a theater is not that good of an idea.
Yes.
But it looks like in the near future, perhaps it would be an okay idea and be okay. However, would most people still prefer to sit at home and watch a movie at home when they could go to the theater? They're still paying for the service, right? If they only want to see Wonder Woman, they don't care about any of the other movies, are they going to get the service, or are they going to go to the... Like, I feel like we don't have a grasp on, given the choice, are most people going to stay at home? I don't know. Because I'm such a theater freak. I love going to the theater.
Yeah, you catch me at the theater.
I would never choose to watch something for the first time at home if I could see it in the theater. Like, like a movie I'm going to talk about later, I could have watched it at home, but I went to the theater to see it instead, you know?
Heck yeah.
Because it's just a better experience. I have a small tangent I would like to go on.
Okay.
With this news, you see articles pop up from time to time, and these articles have been around for like years, where you see a headline that says, movie theaters, are they really necessary anymore? And you go, okay, let's read this. And every single time, I swear to God, read any of them called that, and who is the person? They're like 50 years old, or like 60, they like don't work or something, and they're like, I went and sat down in my 85-inch projection private theater screening room in my house, and I thought to myself, you know what? Maybe theaters aren't needed anymore. And I was like, who the fuck are you? Like, of course you don't think you have a theater in your house.
Yeah, what?
And there's so many of those articles, and they're so earnest. They're like, you know what? We don't need theaters. I can just watch my 85-inch TV in my basement. And I'm like, dude, how detached from reality are you? It drives me insane. I've never seen it once from like a normal person. No normal person I've seen been like, you know, watching a movie at home is just as good as watching in the theater.
Wow.
With a whole article attached to it. I don't know. Maybe you haven't read those articles.
I haven't, but
I swear they're all like that. It drives me nutty. Anyway, I guess the whole question I had was, given the choice, how's it? And I guess this is what we're going to find out. 2021. Yeah. Given the choice, are people still going to go to the theater? And I'd like to think, at least for the blockbusters, you'd want to... It's a part of the blockbuster experience, like Marvel movies and Star Wars movies, is the crowd experience.
Yes.
I don't like it usually. It usually annoys me.
I like it. It makes the bad movies better.
It does make bad movies better. That is true.
I had fun at Endgame. Do I think the movie's good? No.
I had fun at The Turning. Do I think the movie's
good? The Turning
good?
was a blast. The movie's terrible, but when it ended and everyone was just like, what the fuck? Like, literally everyone in the theater, like, we all looked at each other and we were just like, what the fuck?
What is this movie? It's great.
It was good.
It's that stuff like that is really enhancing. So I really feel like for blockbusters like, I mean, I would put Dune under that too, even though it might not have as much of a following, but definitely Marvel movies, Star Wars movies, that kind of stuff. People are going to come out to the theaters. They're not going to stay at home and watch it. I could see people maybe doing watch parties if somebody, I don't know. I still think the cinema is going to prevail at the end of that. I would be surprised if it was a big chunk of people not going. At least opening night.
Yeah.
The week after with the people who get in later, easily see them staying home. But the opening weekend, I would be surprised to see even a little dent in that, you know? But who knows? Who knows?
I don't know.
I'm excited to find out regardless.
Yeah, for real.
I have another idea, though. I think sometimes the idea between... I know they have good intentions, but it does feel almost a little elitist at times to me, these filmmakers saying things like this. And I don't want to say this, but when it comes to making a movie, I will always be on the side of the artist and not on the side of the consumer. Like, the consumer dictating what happens in a movie is how you get, like, the Rise of Skywalker, you know? In my opinion, right? Like, let Rian Johnson make his Last Jedi and whatever. Like, that's the side I'm on.
Right.
But when it comes to watching the movie, I will always put the consumer on top of the artist. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
I want to see the movies. If it's between me seeing a movie or not, I want to see it.
Yeah.
And I'm never going to fight against somebody being able to see a movie. You know, it's like, oh no, you have to. Like, no. Once you've made your vision, your product, whatever you want to call it, good. I want you to be able to make what you want to make, but then let people see it.
Yeah, right.
You know? And I get that you want it seen a certain way. I understand that. And I think people should be able to know that and respect it if they wish. But if they need to watch it somehow so they can actually just see it in general, let them see it. That's all I got.
I feel that.
That's all I got. Okay. I don't know why I put this in the news. Chris Pine in talks.
I love Chris Pine.
He's great. Wonder Woman 1984. In talks to star in Dungeons and Dragons for E1 and Paramount. Jonathan Goldstein and John Francis Daly direct. Dungeons and Dragons.
Cool.
My favorite thing about movies like this is like when you have a concept where it's like you can be any character and it's all about the RPG elements of being anyone you want. I love when you take that and turn it to a movie with a character who is just a person that you can't control and you just have to, like, watching other people play D&D is...
Maybe it's a choose your own adventure movie. Like
Bandersnatch. You know what? You got me there.
Gotcha.
If it is, then maybe, but who knows? How do you think? What is this movie?
Whatever.
What is? I don't see the thing. I don't really
care,
know what Dungeons and Dragons is.
Yeah, I'm not.
There's different campaigns and stuff. Like I know that much, but it's like I assume at the beginning he's gonna walk into an inn. Here's my idea.
I don't know.
His name's John Dungeons, and he works in an office, and he's in love with the receptionist, played by Olivia Wilde, and her name is Jane Dragons.
Just stop.
And so John Dungeons and Jane Dragons get sucked into a mystical world where they have to fight, and then they conquer it, and then they're like, what are you going to call this mystical land? They look at each other and they go, Dungeons and Dragons.
Terrible.
Yeah, it's terrible. Who knows?
0 out of 10.
Good for you. Neil Blomkamp, the guy who's made one good movie, made a top secret horror movie during the COVID-19 pandemic. It's his first feature film since 2015's Chappie.
I didn't see that.
It's like a horror movie. It's supposed to be like his old ones, except with a horror twist on it. Maybe this one will be good. I really want it to be good.
Cool.
That's all I have to say. He's making a new thing, and I'm still excited for his movies.
Yeah, let's go, Neil. Come on,
you can do it.
man.
I swear you could do it.
Come
Neil.
on.
I trust you. We already talked about this a little bit, but Twitch banned 3 words. Look it up. We'll never say them ever again. Do not watch episode 5. Episode 5 would...
You can watch it. It's on YouTube.
You can watch it on YouTube, but it would be very banned. I think it's episode 5. It's our Game of Thrones episode.
Good episode.
A good episode.
Would recommend.
A lot of
good Littlefinger impressions.
Yeah.
You Aunt Lysa in the veil.
Yes, exactly. Anyway, we got a little bit more here. Mike Pence, do you know him?
I never heard of him.
Okay, well, he was in Borat 2.
Oh, I know him. Good actor.
Yeah, he's a great actor. Well, he announced something. He announced that the Space Force personnel will be called...
Guardians.
Wait, sorry, what was that?
Guardians.
Which
is crazy.
Eyes up, Guardian. It's time for the Space Force.
Straight from Destiny. I saw one of the Destiny community managers. I have his Twitter notifications on. And I got a notification for his tweet. He was like, there's no way this is real.
There's no way.
I was like, what is he talking about?
Yeah.
So I go and look at it, and I see it was this, and I was like, wow. This is like crazy.
So like Navy is sailors, Space Force are Guardians.
I mean, it's a pretty dope name.
I mean, it is a cool name. They said that the announcement came after a year-long process that produced hundreds of submissions and research involving space professionals and members of the general public.
I mean, Guardians are space professionals.
It traces back to the original command motto of Air Force Space Command in 1983, Guardians of the High Frontier. And It connects to our proud heritage and culture to the important mission we execute 24/7, protecting the people and interest of the U.S. and its allies.
Interesting.
I always thought that by the time we get a Space Force, we'd just be like a happy planet. But we got the Space Force before that. Like, I thought by the time we got to space, obviously we're not really the... It's not like it's a...
It's not like The Expanse.
It's not like The Expanse. But I always thought if before we can ever get to that planet, we'd be... To get to that point, we'd be like a united planet. But maybe that won't ever happen.
Interesting.
Anyway, video games. We got...
Yeah, a couple of video game things.
Why not?
Video games kind of rolls into the video games here.
Sure.
You want to do the Game Awards or Cyberbug? Game Awards. The Game Awards happened, but Elden Ring didn't. But it won an award.
It did win an award.
Elden Ring won an award.
We've only seen one trailer, but it still won an award. What? I mean, that tells you all you need to know about the game.
Won for most anticipated game.
Yep.
Yay.
And I can't wait for them to win it next year.
Yep. It's going to be great. Love it.
Great.
Elden Ring.
What did happen?
The Game Awards
Last
happened.
of Us 2 won like everything.
It won like everything, and the
sucks.
people were just, they were so mad.
I mean, I still don't think it deserved everything it got, but
neither do I.
I'm glad Ghost of Tsushima got the art direction one.
Yes, well deserved.
That was
well
a
deserved.
great pick for that.
I'm trying to think. It won like 6.
Did stuff get announced? Usually stuff gets announced. I feel like nothing got announced at the Game Awards.
Sephiroth is the new character for Smash.
Yeah, Sephiroth in Smash. He killed Mario.
Nothing else really big got announced. I don't think. At least nothing that I really care about.
It must be because
the whole time I was just waiting for Elden Ring. It never happened, so nothing else really mattered.
What can you do?
Yeah. Last of Us won like all of it. Won the best game.
Won best direction. Best
direction. I don't mind the best direction one.
Yeah. Though the Abby won best performance.
I was fine with that.
Yeah, she was good.
The narrative.
Yeah, maybe.
But I didn't. The games that it's up against, I don't.
It should have won worst supporting character.
I don't even know. It was up against like some games that I've never heard of. So like, I don't know. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't know.
I don't know either.
We didn't think Last of Us 2 was bad, but it's not great.
We were actually probably more nice to it than most people.
We were very nice to it, I think.
Yeah.
I think we were very, very nice to it. If the story was just reordered a little bit, it would actually be really good.
See, that's why in my memory I like it more than when I played it, because my mind just reorganizes the events in
I'm like,
chronological order.
Cool.
And I'm just like, oh yeah, those events in the right order are good.
Yeah. Just really weird choice in
so
the game.
weird.
We have a whole episode about it.
Yeah, you can watch that.
So yeah. And then speaking of anticipated games.
Yeah, one came out.
One of those games came out, kind of. Did it come out? Cyberbug 2077.
Cyberbug 2077
got released, and it is just
a mess, I suppose.
It's not good at all.
The main complaint that I've seen is that the old gen PS4 and Xbox One version is just unplayable.
They just can't do it.
It's just like textures don't even load. People are just block people, and it's like embarrassingly bad. So bad that they issued like refunds. That if you got it, well, you have like 5 days and you can get a refund. And they did that. CD Projekt like announced that without like telling anybody, I guess. And so Xbox and Sony were like, we're doing what?
Oh.
Yeah. And then Sony like came out and was like, hey, everybody, Cyberpunk is a bad game. Don't buy it. And they might have even taken it down from the store for a bit for PlayStation 4. It was some big thing. I saw they're talking about it everywhere. I don't know. Like, I don't know why
they took it off the store.
I don't know why they got like it got so much buzz, but like people that I don't even know were like texting me and they're like, have you heard of Cyberpunk? And I was like,
what do you mean have I heard of Cyberpunk?
They're like, it's this video game. It got like a big thing about it. Can you tell me? And I was like, no, I can't because I don't care.
It's a lot too.
It's a lot too, but it's a bad game. Like, I've heard unplayable, like actually.
Yeah. And then like on the next gen consoles and PC,
it's just very buggy.
it's good. It just has some like weird bugs, and the AI apparently is really strange. Like the cop AI apparently is like really stupid.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but CD Projekt Red promised to fix things, and I wasn't planning on buying it anyway until they released like the official next gen versions.
Yeah.
So
I'm waiting on it. If I ever did get it, which I might not now, it would be like a Game of the Year edition or whatever, like the complete. I always wait for those.
So I don't know, but wow. Very tough.
Yeah, very tough look for CD Projekt. Another thing I heard, so it's the Witcher 3 people, right?
Yeah.
I heard that
one Game of the Year, by the way.
Yeah. Heard that this game isn't very RPG like. Like obviously Geralt is he's a person. He has a personality that's predisposed, like, so you can kind of vaguely change his disposition.
Yeah.
And I hear that V, the main character of this game, is the same way, except I heard that this game, the ending, because obviously The Witcher 3 had a lot of people you could interact with, which would change the ending. That was like a big thing. Probably like still one of the most player choice in a full game that's made, excluding like text adventures. The most like your player choice matters, up there like top 10 best for that, right? Apparently this game, the ending is all dependent on one dialogue choice.
Oh, I thought it was going to be whether you make your penis really big or really small.
Do you have penis 1 or penis 2? If you have penis 1, you get this ending. But seriously, I heard it's all based on like the mission. There's this, everyone plays the same exact missions. Like there's no mission variety. You play every single mission, and the last dialogue choice is the only thing that affects anything in the story.
Oh.
And there's literally zero differences except for one dialogue choice right at the end of the game. And for an RPG, I mean, it's got like leveling up and it's got like skill things, like that is RPG stuff, and plenty of RPGs are just a straightforward story. But when you're coming off of The Witcher 3, I feel I had the expectations that it would be, especially because you're choosing clans, you're choosing, are you a corporation dude, or are you like a street thug? And to hear that literally doesn't matter at all. It changes the first, I want to say 45 minutes of the game are different, but after that, it's the same exact game the whole entire time. That's a little disappointing.
Yeah, I would agree.
Even if it was 2 dialogue choices.
Right.
But 1. So it's basically just make a save right before then, pick choice A, and then reload, pick choice B.
Cool.
So cool.
Cyberpunk. Yeah. I saw a funny meme where it was a comment on like the original Cyberpunk reveal way back in like 2012 or whatever. Yeah. And it was like a new comment from like a day ago.
Right.
And it was like, this is like watching your wedding videos after you get divorced.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's so funny.
I had bad feelings about Cyberpunk for a while.
But like this is like
pretty mad. Really bad. This is really bad.
I don't know.
And apparently going off of
things for the game.
They were obviously it got delayed a bunch, and they've been being like crunched for a very long time. The whole thing is just kind of leaves a bad taste in your mouth, I think.
Sucks.
Okay, but are you a penis 1 guy or a penis 2 type of guy?
2 gang.
I'm a 2 gang as well.
2 gang, rise up.
Penis 2 gang.
Hell yeah.
And that was it, right? For news.
Yeah,
that does it. That does it for news. So let's get in finally
to the spotlight.
Spotlight.
Yeah.
In the lane.
Christmas movies, maybe.
Yeah, Christmas. I don't know. Christmas movies. I'll start.
Okay.
I wanted to have kind of a different list. Maybe stuff that people necessarily didn't think of right away. I kind of succeeded, kind of didn't. But, just keep that in mind when I go through my list of 5 here and your list of 5.
Yeah. Mine's like, eh.
So I wanted to be really out there, movies people have never heard of. So my number 5 choice is Elf.
What's that?
From 2003. Directed by Jon Favreau.
Favreau. I don't know.
Favreau. It sounds French to me.
Favreau.
Anyway, this is Will Ferrell. He's an elf. And he's a human. He's not an elf.
That's 4 food groups.
Spoilers. Yes.
Candy corn, candy canes, and syrup.
Yeah. He is a human that got adopted by Santa. And...
yeah. And he's just a big elf.
And he's a big elf because he thinks he's an elf, but he's actually a person. And then he goes to New York. Why does he even go to New York? To find his dad. To find his real dad. and who's James Caan, and just has adventures as an elf in New York. And it's, I mean, you know, who doesn't know Elf?
Yeah.
Do I really need to say it?
Santa!
Oh my God, I know him. I know him. Will Ferrell's great.
It's funny.
It's an obnoxious movie, so you got to know that going in. Like, don't come to this movie looking for like, oh, I wanted my Christmas comedy to be smart. Like, no, shut the fuck up.
Shut up. Come on.
You're seeing a Christmas movie with Will Ferrell in a yellow tights, and you're like, I thought this would be a smart takedown of consumerism on Christmas. It's like, what? What are you talking about?
Yeah. Come on, bro.
However, I do think the film, specifically with it's the little boy character and Will Ferrell's character, their kind of relationship where they're like half brothers or whatever, and both of their relationships to the dad kind of mirroring each other almost weirdly. I thought that was a pretty effective beat for this like wacko comedy.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, that's actually got a little bit of heart to it, I think.
A little bit.
It's got a little bit. The romance is absolutely nonsense.
Yes.
The romance. It's just a crazy. Isn't it Zoe Deschanel?
Is it really?
I thought it was. You could fact check me if you like. I could have sworn it was Jess. And their romance is absolutely does not make sense. I have no idea why they fell in love. They fell in love because whoever wrote it that way. Can you please stop?
It is Zoe Deschanel.
Yeah, exactly. It ends with the whole everybody getting together. The Christmas spirit prevails, you know. The best way to spread Christmas cheer is singing loud for all to hear. No, but it's good. I know that one part they shot most. I'm pretty sure they shot a lot of the film in sound stages. Obviously, that's what you do. But there's a scene early on when he first gets to New York and he's just kind of running around the city. That footage is real. Those people,
like in Birdman,
those people that he's interacting with are just New Yorkers. They're just people that were going out, and Will Ferrell just came up to him and just started fucking with them.
Like in Birdman.
Yeah, and it's very cool that they did. Like, there's this scene where it's this guy. He's like a walker, and he's kind of a rotund man, and he's got a white beard, and he's wearing all red. And Will Ferrell just runs up to him. He's like, Santa, Santa. And he, like, you see this guy's like disgusted face, you know. And knowing that that's a real person, you know, it's kind of funny.
I like it.
It's kind of funny. Elf. I mean, come on, guys, it's good. It's Elf. If you haven't seen it, you better.
I have a comedy too.
Okay.
Mine's from 2015.
Whoa, that's
kind of recent.
Yeah.
It's called The Night Before. Have you seen this?
No.
It's Seth Rogen.
Yep.
And Joseph Gordon-Levitt and Anthony Mackie. They're like the three dudes, but there's like a bunch of other famous people too.
Okay.
The best part of this movie is Michael Shannon, who is like a drug dealer.
Nice. I love Michael Shannon.
And every scene he's in is just priceless.
Yeah.
The way he plays the character is so funny. Miley Cyrus is in this movie.
Nice.
I'm trying to think. There's like hella famous people. Whatever. Anyway, this movie is about the three group of guys. They have always partied super hard every Christmas Eve. Every Christmas Eve, they always party super hard. But now they're older, and they kind of have lives, and the Seth Rogen character is having a child. And this is going to be their last Christmas before he has their child, and they won't be able to really like party like they used to.
Shindig.
So they're all going to come back together and finally have one more epic night
Major
of
blowout.
partying.
Yeah.
And just a bunch of craziness happens. Lots of drugs. Seth Rogen is on many drugs.
Yeah.
Their whole plan is to get to this one party called the Nutcracker Ball, which is like
Nutcracker Ball. I hardly know her.
Which
ball.
is so it's like supposed to be like the best party ever, and they've always wanted to go to it, but they can't go because it's only by invitation. And Joseph Gordon-Levitt, who's kind of like a bum,
okay,
because he like had this girlfriend, but then he like ruined it, and then he's just kind of like a bum, and he like wants to get back with her, but like she's like, you're stupid.
Yeah.
Anyway, so he gets tickets somehow. He like steals tickets from like this place where he was like being an elf, like Will Ferrell.
Yeah.
And
Connected Universe, maybe.
Yeah, and he's like, "Oh guys, look, we can go to the ball." And they're like, sick, dude, this is so cool. And Seth Rogen's like doing he does like like everything. He does like everything. Like every drug you could think of. He's like doing like
crocodile.
He's doing like cocaine and shrooms, and then he's like, oh, I gotta smoke weed now because I'm going too crazy. What was it? But Anthony Mackie is like a pro football player, and so he's kind of like famous, and he's going to the party, and he has like other football players that are gonna be at the Nutcracker Ball, and they're like, dude, bring some weed, and he's like, okay, we'll bring weed. So that's when the Michael Shannon character comes in. So he goes to get weed from the Michael Shannon dude, and Michael Shannon gets some weed, but then they get their weed stolen, so he has to chase the person that stole the weed. It sounds so stupid.
It does.
Because it is really stupid. But this movie's really... I thought it was really funny.
Yeah.
I was having a good time. There's this part. It's probably the best part of the movie. Where they walk in. They're just like walking around New York or whatever. They walk in to the place. You know in Big where Tom Hanks does the piano thing?
Yeah, the
They walk into that part.
Yeah.
And they're going to do a piano thing. And I was like, oh, but what are they going to do? And Seth Rogen starts in the piano. And he's doing the same note over and over and over.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, this sounds really familiar. What is this? And then, like, Joseph Gordon-Levitt comes in. He hits, like, another note. And I was like, this is so familiar. And then it all comes in. And they just start playing Runaway by Kanye West. And Anthony Mackie comes in with one of those, like, remember those, like, toy microphones that you could have that they kind of look like bullhorns, but you could like change the way your voice, and he does that and like is like doing like the lyrics. It was just really funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a question.
Okay.
I think we should do this for all of these. I thought of it while you were talking. Christmas spirit. How much does it capture the Christmas spirit? Because for me, Elf is like a 10 out of 10 captures Christmas spirit. You know. How much Christmas spirit does this movie?
I mean, it depends what you think Christmas spirit is. If you talk, I mean,
how Christmassy do you feel by the end of it? You know, are you like ready to fill your stocking?
I guess not.
Okay.
So I guess no. It could be like a 0 out of 10, but it also could be like a million out of 10 because there's just so much going on.
How many Christmas lights are in the movie?
A lot. It's all
so
they got Christmas.
At least be a 2.
They got Christmas sweaters on the whole time.
Yeah,
they're always talking about Christmas.
See, that's got Christmas spirit to it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of Christmas spirit, including the drugs.
How would you do it out of 10?
I don't know. Maybe like a million. A million Christmas spirit out of 10. Christmas spirit.
Okay, I'm not gonna ask you anymore.
Well, I don't know. You gotta watch.
That sounds like a 6 or a 7 to me.
It's funny. I don't know. But it turns out that at the end, the Michael Shannon character owns, or he doesn't own, but he runs the party.
Right.
And he's like, yeah, this is my party. And they're all like, what? And he's like, yeah, dude, it's my party. And he's just like this bum.
Yeah.
Or whatever. And then the stupidest thing happens at the end. He like helps them all out or whatever. And then he's just like standing there and he like looks up to the sky or something. And he's like, I don't remember exactly what he says, but something he's like, now's my time or something. And he just grows these giant pair of wings and he just flies up in heaven. It's so good.
Is that real? That happens, or is it like a trip?
No, that happens.
That happens.
It's a real thing.
It's a real thing. Good.
So I don't even know. This movie's crazy.
Yeah, it sounds pretty crazy.
But it's really funny.
Yeah.
I had a good time.
Good. Dude,
my cheeks hurt. I do recommend the night
cotton
before.
mouth from smoking too much weed.
Yeah. It's yeah. There is an erect penis in it though, and a flaccid.
Wow. Penis 1 or penis 2?
It's like penis 7.
Okay.
It is large.
Okay. Is it Michael Shannon's?
No, it's surprisingly it's James Franco's.
Oh.
So that part was hilarious.
Okay. Sure.
Wait, there's James Franco. What's the other Franco?
Dave.
Yeah, and James Franco's like the more famous one, right?
Yeah, he's Spider-Man.
Yeah. That one, James Franco. It's not actually, obviously. It's like a picture.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
And he's like, "Oh, you saw my penis?"
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Maybe I'll give it a watch this Christmas.
It's
Sounds
really
like a
funny.
good family film.
Great
Bring
family
all the
film.
kids. Do a double feature. Elf and then
the night before.
The night before. Yeah.
It'd be good.
Okay. Speaking of the number 4,
Quattro.
my number 4 pick is from 1974, directed by Bobby Clark, Robert Clark.
Bobby Draper.
Black Christmas.
Black Christmas.
I gave you my knife.
Oh, dang, there's murder in this one?
This is a murder movie.
Oh my gosh.
Black Christmas is from 1974. It's about a bunch of sorority girls, and they get moited.
Dang.
It's
Do they at least get at least 7 Christmas spirit before they get moitered?
I don't think so. Well, really, since they're sorority girls, a lot of them leave and just go home for Christmas, I guess, Does that make sense? And there's only a few of them left, but the ones who get left behind, they get a little stab-o'd.
Dang.
Here's the thing. This movie, a lot of people call it kind of like the original slasher flick. A lot of people say this movie is kind of inspired movies like Halloween.
Oh, wow.
Which is funny because it's a Christmas movie. The beginning is very fun. It starts with point of view shots of the killer, which is always a cool device to use because it hides their identity, and you get to get inside the demented mind of this person. And it has a kill right near the beginning because that's just it's how it goes. And then the movie, it does slow down a lot.
Oh wow!
Yeah. Just because it's very expository at a certain point. But then the ramps up again right near the end, especially when it's kind of like the final confrontation. I thought it was a very exciting time there. The whole deal with this movie, I'll just spoil it, I guess.
Yeah.
The whole movie leads you to believe, it's the main character's boyfriend because she wants to get an abortion. And he's like, that's fucked up. No. And so, you think that he's killing all of her friends. And he's trying to trap her and take what's his, I guess. And the twist is that it wasn't him, and nobody knows. They all think that it was him because she kills him, thinking that it's him, and only the viewer knows that it wasn't. It was just the true identity of the killer. And this is kind of either a love it or hate it thing. Was somebody
in the movie?
No, it was. Some random psycho. It was just somebody who knows.
It's kind of cool.
They never show his face. He's not even listed in the credits. They don't even have a name for his character in the credits or who played him. Interesting. It just turns out because what he does is he makes a call to the house every time he kills someone, and it ends with she's fallen asleep. They think she's killed her boyfriend, who's the murderer, and it pans out to the outside of the house, and you hear a final phone call. Because he murdered her, right? So that's kind of a sad ending.
Interesting.
And he's been called Billy because he is an absolute psycho. It's the movie where the kind of thing at the end is the calls are coming from inside the house. That's the whole deal. It's he's upstairs, and he's just a psychopath. He gets into the calls and he's just like, I'm gonna lick your pretty, whatever and stuff like that.
Oh,
and he says like that, and then he's like, Agnes, Billy, what did you want? The whole time, just nonstop. Wow. And then he's like, I'm gonna kill you, and then just hangs up. And you're like,
oh my gosh, yeah, this guy crazy.
And when he comes out to actually kill people, and is they're alone generally when he kills them. I mean, it's the kind of frightening thing, and it can be comical at certain points. But it's the idea if you put it into perspective of reality. When he comes out and shows himself, and you never actually see him, the most you ever see of him is one of his eyes, and that's the most, or his hands.
What color was his eye?
They were brown with a red circle in it. Very strange eyes. Okay. I know. I thought
you got to make connections.
But that's actually kind of tipped you off because the boyfriend had really big blue eyes, and I was like, that's not the boyfriend's eyes.
Yeah.
But whenever he comes out to kill someone, screaming, shouting, gurgling, I mean, really just messed up noises that if you put it into perspective of if somebody really was breaking down this door and just making this horrible noise of just like screaming the whole, like as loud as he can. Like the mic is breaking because he's screaming so loud. It's kind of a frightening effect of this nonstop just maniac. Like this isn't a person anymore. This is just like a beast, you know? I thought it was a very effective tactic of just having nonstop screaming.
Whoa.
So the last, you know, little chase scene there, I thought was very, very good. And, you know, if it inspired Halloween, Halloween's great. Inspired slasher genre.
Heck yeah.
I mean, that's really cool. Bob Clark, he loves Christmas. Christmas spirit, probably give it like a 4.
4 on the Christmas spirit.
4 out of 10.
What about on the murder spirit?
Murder spirit, this is a hard 10 out of 10.
Nice.
Because there's no motivation. It's just murder for murder's sake. And again, I guess that's the thing. I'm always the kind of person who says like less is more with that kind of stuff. A guy, you literally only see his hands or his one of his eyes, not even both his eyes at the same time. It's just like a single beam of light, and he's got like a ice pick up here, and you see one of his crazy eyes before he stabs someone, you know?
Nice.
It lets you put your own fears and like whatever the scariest to you is what you kind of put onto this figure.
Yeah.
Is it scarier if it's someone who knows them? Is it scarier if it's literally nobody? You know, whatever. And then there was like a 2006 one, I want to say, where they like went in depth explaining the guy's backstory. And
what?
And it's like, one, don't do that. That's stupid.
That is weird.
Then there's a 2019 one. No idea what that's about. Didn't see it.
Interesting.
Yeah. But
you know what else is interesting?
What's that?
Bob Clark.
Bob Clark is interesting because what did he do a decade after this movie?
He made that movie, and then he made this other movie that I'm going to talk about.
What is that?
A Christmas Story, which is probably one of the most beloved Christmas movies ever.
The man likes Christmas. What can I say?
In terms of Christmas spirit, Christmas Story is probably a solid 11 out of 10.
Yeah, I would have to agree.
It's got all the Christmas spirit. It's a comedy movie. I mean, if you haven't seen A Christmas Story, what are you doing?
Yeah, I
watch it every year.
Yeah.
I've seen it many times.
So many times.
Many times.
Yeah.
Like, it's many times.
Yeah.
Maybe the single movie I've seen the most.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I wouldn't. That one channel around Christmas time just plays it.
Yeah,
non-stop,
over and over.
Makes you go crazy.
So, I mean, could I recite the whole movie? Maybe. I could, maybe.
Yeah.
But the thing about this movie is it's funny every time.
Yeah. You know, it's timeless in its comedy.
I'm still laughing.
Yeah.
I think about it and I laugh.
Mm-hmm.
The leg lamp is a classic.
It is a fragile.
It's a major award.
It's a major award. Yeah, no, it's good.
It's just got so many killer jokes in it. And, like, you'll forget about some of them, and you'll, like, watch it again, and you're like, oh, classic.
Perfect, yeah.
And it's just a solid movie about a kid who wants a Red Ryder action
and it's
carbine air rifle.
I guess the most important thing is that it's, like, relatable to all ages. If you're old, you could probably relate to the dad.
Yeah,
when
right.
you're younger, you can relate to the kid, you know, with presents you want and everything, with a weird, gross Santa. I can relate to that.
Ho, ho, ho.
No, it is instant classic. I don't know anybody who dislikes the movie.
Yeah, come on.
I have people who are like, "Oh, it's not my favorite," but nobody's like disgusted by it. Which is, how could you be? It's just fun. It's just a fun movie.
It is fun, and it's funny.
Yeah, I like to think. Never mind.
Was it bad?
What? No, I was gonna say maybe the serial killer in Black Christmas turns into the Santa in Christmas Story.
I mean, maybe.
You know?
Santa's scary. He's like...
Maybe the Santa from Silent Night, Deadly Night.
Silent Night.
That's where a guy dressed up as Santa kills people.
Really?
Yeah, it's not on my list, though, but I mentioned it, so...
Shout out to Silent Night, Deadly Night.
Sure.
Christmas spirit movie.
Christmas Story, yeah, 11 out of 10, Christmassy.
I mean, yeah, come on.
We might be a little bit biased, but that's okay. It's our show.
I mean, in terms of Christmas spirit.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Yeah.
So, you'll shoot your eye out, kid.
Shoot your eye out, kid. I mean, like we said, quotable movies, that's a seal of quality.
There's like 30,000.
Yeah.
I could go on.
But I didn't say fudge.
I didn't say much. I said the word.
Yeah. Very good movie. I anything else for Christmas Story?
Not a finger. One of my favorite parts is actually when all the dogs get in and eat their turkey towards the end, and then all the dogs like run out the door, and the dad's like chasing him out the door, and he's standing on the porch, and then he just says like absolute gibberish. He's like, "She's a Frosty, Papa says." It's just so funny.
That's good.
Classic.
My number 3 film, Christmas film, is from 2008 from Arnaud Desplechin, I think is how you say it. A Christmas Tale, or Un Conte de Noël.
I don't know what this is.
Well, it's a French film, so I don't know.
You and your French.
Me and my French films. A Christmas Tale. It is a Christmas movie, but it's not. It's definitely the least... Even though Black Christmas was about murder, I don't know. It's weird. A Christmas Tale is about the pains of family that come during the holiday times, you know? It focuses on a rather dysfunctional kind of French family with like grandparents, their grown children, and their children.
Okay.
You know, so you got the kids, adult children, and then the matriarch and patriarch. The mom has like some type of cancer. She needs a bone marrow transplant, and that's why they're all getting together. They need to find out she's got like a rare gene. If any of her kids have the gene, so she can get a transplant and she can live, you know. And they all have, you know, very mixed feelings about one another. One of the brothers who turns out to be compatible had been like banished from the family for like 7 years, you know. So there's a lot of feelings with that coming up. One of the kids is like he's like a schizophrenic, like he's got a lot of troubles. He's like 16 years old, you know.
Okay.
He's compatible too. They're the only two who are. And it's kind of watching all of these relationships between different people, this family and their, you know, like wives and husbands who they've married and brought in, intertwining and just seeing how it goes. And it probably sounds a little bit meaner than it is. It is definitely a drama. It does have bits of lightheartedness, but that comes with like, you know, family, I think. I think it's a pretty realistic look at how something like this might go down. And happens during Christmas, you know. One of the things I really like is how shielded the children were from like all the shit that was going on between everybody, you know. Because whenever a kid was around, it was just like, oh, let's go get the present, or oh, let's do like, you know. It seemed very relatable in that way. Where it's like let's not bring the kids into this and stuff. And it's not exactly the ending. It's not exactly like it's moral or even maybe happy.
Okay.
You know, because there's some decisions that some characters make where you're like, that is not the right decision. But I kind of like that it's like the end of this movie is like something bad. You know, like, yeah, like there's bad things happening between characters. Like basically one character starts cheating on their significant other. Nice. And it's like, that's like the end of the movie. It's like, this is a thing now. And that's where you leave the family because Christmas is over, you know? And it's choices like that. It kind of reminds me of The Family Stone, which is an American movie with like Sarah Jessica Parker and Luke Wilson. And okay, it's kind of like that, except if you took all the comedy out of Family Stone and made it less ridiculous, you kind of have A Christmas Tale. I really enjoyed it. It's not super Christmassy, you know, there's Christmas decorations around, but it's mostly just interpersonal relationships of a family. But it's cool dynamics, and because they also have like a brother, the adult children have like a brother who like died when he was very young, and there's still hang-ups about that, you know, because it's like, how can you be better than a child that's died when he was 6? Yeah, right. You know, it's like, how can you live up to someone who's not alive, you know, and never really got the chance to be like a person, and that comes up, and it's just very interesting conversations that happen.
Put it into the Christmas spirit scale.
See, I guess we do need to. Christmas spirit scale, it's at lowest a 3, at highest a 5. So I'll say 4. I'll say a 4 out of 10 on The Christmas Tale. If your family's really fucked up, it's like a 10 because you'll relate.
Big relate.
So there you go.
Love it. Okay, Christmas Tale.
Yeah.
My third one is an underrated movie.
Underrated.
From 2012, animated movie called Rise of the Guardians.
I guess it's underrated.
What do you mean? You guess.
Everyone loves Jack Frost.
Yeah, but where is the love? I don't see it anywhere.
I see it on my Twitter feed. People make those fan cams of Jack Frost and the guy from Tangled making out.
Really?
You've never seen those?
No.
And then Hans from Frozen pops in and he's like, how could you?
Amazing.
I'll send you some.
Anyway, thanks. Rise of the Guardians, it's about...
I've never seen it.
You've never seen it?
I've never seen it.
Okay, so it's kind of about... So the Guardians are like the Guardians are like Santa, Easter Bunny, Tooth Fairy, the Sandman, and Jack Frost.
Jack Frost, yeah.
And I think I got
Jack
all of
Skellington.
them.
No.
But Jack Frost is like a new addition, like in the movie. He's like not part of the gang, but then he like is part of the gang.
Yeah.
And there's this bad guy. Can't remember the bad guy's name, but he kind of reminds me of like Hades from Hercules.
Okay.
Right? It's Hades in Hercules, right? That's his name?
Yeah, okay. Fireman.
Yeah. Kind of looks like him, and he's got this like really cool like black horse that he like rides around. It's kind of like Sandy, and his plan is to like get rid of all of them so there'll be no joy for children in the world or whatever.
Holidays, yeah.
And they're like, no, there has to be holidays.
Yeah.
And by the way, everyone in this Santa, his name is North in the movie. By the way, it's not Santa, it's North.
It's not Chris?
No, it's North.
Or Nick?
They call him North.
Okay.
Because he's a badass. He's got tattoos. Yeah. He's like sleeved up.
Yeah, every character in the movie, I remember from the trailers, was like really hot. Like the Easter Bunny was like, Urgh.
The Easter Bunny is a gangster Australian dude.
Yeah.
And like, so Santa's all tatted up. Tooth Fairy is pretty Tooth Fairy, but like she can box if she needs to. Yeah. And Sandman, he don't speak. He's just real quiet. But there's one scene where you see Sandman like get to like use his full power, and he is crazy. He's going crazy with the sand, bro.
He's doing like a Gara shit,
dude. Literally, he's like he's like sand coffin. Yeah, he just murders a kid.
Nice, good.
But yeah, and they're basically just trying to like save the holidays. It's not all about Christmas, but Christmas is like
a big part of it.
Big part, like towards the second half of the movie. The first half is mostly like Easter stuff, and it's honestly like really intense for like a kids movie. It's like really intense.
Yeah.
I don't want to spoil too much because I want you to see this movie maybe sometime.
Sure. Is it on anything?
I don't know.
It seems like a movie that wouldn't be. You know what I mean?
I know, like a movie that you just can't find anywhere. Maybe I'll get it on Blu-ray and I'll give it to you.
Not to be confused with the Guardians of Ga'Hoole.
Yeah, this is not Legend of the Guardians, the Owls of Ga'Hoole.
Yeah.
Okay? This is different. That's a good movie too, though.
That is a good movie.
But yeah, there's literally a part where they're like all meeting up together or whatever, and they're like trying to figure out what the bad guy's doing or whatever, and then they're like, oh my gosh. And then Bunny, he's just Bunny. Yeah. It's not Easter, it's just Bunny. He runs back to his like Easter home to make sure all the eggs and everything are good. And like all of the eggs are like totally destroyed. And the eggs are like little people.
Yeah.
In the thing. They have like little feet and they
God.
like walk around and go places. And they're like all murdered.
Oh my God.
And it's like really sad. And like Easter doesn't happen. Yeah. And there's a scene where like all the kids are like looking for Easter eggs and they can't find them. They're like, there's no eggs anywhere. And they're like all really sad. And all the kids start to like not believe in the Easter Bunny anymore. Like the Easter Bunny's not real. And so then they have to make Christmas really happen or else no one's going to believe in Santa. And all kids are just going to be stupid.
Yeah. Okay. Damn.
It's a really intense movie. It's really good. I'm telling you, man.
Okay. Damn. I didn't know that. I'll have to check that out. Legend of the Guardians.
No. Rise of the Guardians from
Okay.
2012. Just look for the hot Jack Frost.
So they're in the Space Force, is what you're telling me.
Oh, yeah.
That's sweet.
They're leaders.
Yeah. Good. My number 2 film is from 2003. I can't remember if I ever brought it up before.
I think you did when we talked about...
Satoshi Kon.
Yeah.
Because he's the director along with Shogo Furuya. I don't know how to say it.
Right, because, yeah.
Yes, he did Paprika, if you
Yeah.
remember, which is one of my favorite animated films. And
Very
this
good.
is really high up there, too, because this is one of my favorite Christmas movies ever. And Tokyo Godfathers is in Tokyo. Imagine that.
Really?
And it's 3 homeless people. It's a young homeless girl. She's like, I don't know, 16 maybe. She's,
Okay.
like a middle-aged homeless man. He's like 40-something. And another like middle-aged homeless trans woman is like the third homeless person.
Okay.
And they are doing homeless people things, just kind of living their lives on Christmas, you know? And they come across a
Doing
baby.
homeless people things.
Yeah, and they come across a baby. And they're like, holy shit, there's a baby in this dumpster. And they're like, what the hell? And the whole movie is them trying to find a home, try to find where the baby came from, you know, try to reunite it from its parents. And it's just them, you know, caring for this child, their relationships where they're kind of friends by, you know, circumstance. You know, if they were all living in normal lives, they wouldn't ever interact with each other. But since they're all homeless, they form this kind of bond. It's interesting seeing these people from many different walks of life coming together that way. And in getting this baby to where it needs to be, kind of retread some of their old lives, you know, it comes into view. Because you find out that the girl, she's not really homeless. She kind of she is homeless, but she ran away from home. She could go home anytime she wanted. The other dude was kind of estranged by his family. And it's all stuff like that. It's very interesting. I think the trans woman, her husband died and she was kicked out of her home. Actually, that's one of my funniest. Maybe this line isn't funny, but I cracked up when I saw them.
Okay.
Where they go to like a bar that he used to went to, and the bartender's like, "Oh, what happened to your husband? Like, was it AIDS? Was it AIDS?" And she goes, "No, he slipped when he got out of the shower." And it's like it's like this whole thing. And it's like, oh, he literally was just like a freak accident. I don't know why, but it made me freak out and laugh.
That's funny.
But it is a movie with a lot of heart, and you know, you get glimpses of their pasts as they're moving forward into the movie. There's even certain parts where they kind of mix, you know, as they're walking past some place that they recognize, it mixes the past with the future, where you'll see a young version of them as the old version of them is passing by.
Oh, really?
You know?
Like
it kind of
Devs.
mixes it that way. Yeah, it's very. Oh, I didn't know that. It's
No,
very.
it's not really like Devs.
Okay.
It was just kind of a joke.
It's an interesting idea. Very funny movie. I laughed a lot watching it, and pretty heartwarming. The ending gets a little ridiculous. It's kind of a pretty fun ending, but I really recommend it.
It's on my list.
I think it's great. I have it. You can borrow it if you want.
Oh, really? You
Yeah,
have it?
yeah. I love it.
Yeah.
Good movie, guys. Check it out. Tokyo Godfathers, easily top 5 my favorite Christmas movies. And I
like
saw it in the theater
Oh.
because it was like a 20th anniversary. Well, not 20th. It would be a 16th or 15th probably anniversary edition that they re-released for one day at our local theater. And I was like, okay, I gotta go see
Let's
that.
go.
And I went. It was one showing, you know, and
You
the
made it.
house was like halfway full.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's always good.
It's always good. And if I could say one final thing.
Yes, absolutely.
They're homeless. They're in Tokyo, so they're around a lot of garbage and just piles of like refuse because there's just beautiful. The art of this garbage and them rummaging through these like plastic, like it's really, really nice art of all these moving pieces and just these reflections off these plastic bags from all the lights of the city and stuff. Super, super beautiful movie, even though it's grime and dirt and garbage.
Interesting.
You can be like awestruck at times, like that's a great piece of art, you know? And I like that.
Huh. That's very cool.
And maybe that goes to the people too. You know, on the outside, you know, they're maybe a little gross, but on the inside,
They're art.
they're art.
All right, my number 2 is another very well-known film. Jim Carrey's, well, it's not his.
Yeah, but he's in it.
How the Grinch Stole Christmas from 2000, the turn of the millennium.
Yeah. I watched this already this year.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I love this movie.
Isn't it great?
This is like my top 10.
It's so good. I mean, what's not to love about Jim Carrey's Grinch? I feel like everyone's probably seen it.
Yeah, if you have a soul, if you have a heart.
That's maybe if theirs is 3 times too small.
Maybe you haven't seen it, but if you watch it, it'll make your heart 3 times bigger or whatever.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite Jim Carrey
and
performances.
if you see, what is her name?
Cindy Lou Who?
No, not her. The neighbor lady with the cannon. What's her name?
Oh, I don't know.
Well, that'll make something else 3 times as large. She's great. When she gets that cannon and she's shooting the lights on the building, it's like clunk, 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 and I'm just saying.
Her big mommy milkers are
big mommy milkers are going, and she's into the Grinch, which is so weird.
That's hilarious.
But whenever the Grinch is around, she's like, oh,
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
She wants it so bad.
Amazing.
Anyway, if everyone knows the story of the Grinch, right? There's Who's in Whoville. They want Christmas. The Grinch wants to steal it.
Yeah, he hates Christmas. I hate Christmas. Good scene.
Yeah.
Emotional. Makes you feel for the Grinch.
The muscles.
Oh, yeah.
The fury. Yeah, it is great. And it is like a staple for me kind of every year with Christmas Story. I usually watch it like once every year, honestly. And I think I actually don't like Cindy Lou Who very much.
Why?
I don't know. Something about her bugs me, but I get it. I think because I don't know. I don't know what it is about her. Maybe it's her relationship with her parents that I don't like, because her parents kind of suck until they don't. But I get, whatever. The Whovilles are awful people. We can say that.
I guess.
What do you mean, I guess? They're like, we love presents. Christmas is nothing unless we have gold.
Yeah, but that's like the point, right? So like they're
right,
okay
exactly.
people for like
they change, they learn, they grow.
Right.
But the Grinch was like right.
Yes.
yeah.
But then everything's okay.
Half the movie is just Jim Carrey sitting in a
alone,
chair,
just like saying nonsense.
Saying stuff.
It's so
himself.
funny though.
However, the one thing about this movie, the best part of this movie, hands down, maybe the best dog actor I've ever seen in my life. Max in this movie is so good.
He's a good boy.
He's such a good boy. He's one of the best dog actors I've ever. If we made a top 10 dog actors in movies,
hold on, we gotta write that down.
We gotta write that down.
I'm doing it right now.
I'm telling you right now, Max is like number 1, number 2, number 3. He is up there. He is so good. I like every time I watch the movie, I am amazed by his performance in the film. Just the raw energy, the raw emotion that he gives to the role.
Dog.
Without even saying a word. I think he barks once at the end. Yeah, good.
There we go.
Look forward to it. 2021.
Dog performance show.
We got Jeffrey Tambor, who's like the mayor, who is actually a creep because he like makes up fake rules and is like ruling
he's like a
Whoville
weirdo
with an iron fist. It's very good. But I don't know. Any more thoughts?
I think this movie has really fantastic like production design and like hair and makeup. Did it win any awards?
Who knows? I was barely alive.
It should have.
Yeah,
I think
Jim Carrey should have won Best
It really feels
Actor.
like you're in like this land inside of a
snowflake.
Yeah. And like it's like Horton Hears a Who.
I heard that the suit and the makeup and the getup for the Grinch was hell. Sitting in that chair. I heard the contacts were like an inch thick. Like the yellow contacts, they were like so big, and like he would sit in a chair for hours and just like, totally still. It was like absolute hell to get in the costume every day. I'm like, good for Jim Carrey for putting up with that.
For real.
Because damn, that sounds awful.
Yeah. Oh, one fun fact that I do have about this movie.
Okay.
The part where Jim Carrey, he gets mad and he goes and he grabs the tablecloth and he goes to pull everything. He pulls everything off, but everything is like perfect.
Yeah, it's a clean swipe.
Perfect. And then he like runs away and then he comes back and he like destroys
everything off. Yeah.
That was not scripted.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he literally
did it
on that take, it just happened that he just got a perfect pull.
Yeah.
And then he just improvised going back and destroying everything.
That's amazing.
I think that is just
that's
like
one of the funniest parts of the movie to me. Yeah.
And it just happened.
That's great.
That's just like awesome. A perfect moment that you you can't make this stuff up.
Right. That's really cool. Because that's one of my favorite parts of the movie. It's because it's just such a Grinch like thing to do.
I know.
You know? That's great. I didn't know that. That's awesome.
Okay. Well, now you know.
Now I know. Final thoughts on Grinch? Christmas Spirit out of 10?
It's a 10.
30.
30 out of 10.
30 out of 10.
Yeah, it has to be more than, what do we give an 11? Christmas Story. It's definitely more Christmas Spirit than a Christmas Story.
My final film.
Let's go.
Is one, again, biased. It was when I was a kid. Movie that got me into like horror stuff, I think, a little bit more. Sorry, it's just, I gotta be me. I gotta be true to me. Gremlins, 1984, from Joe Dante. Oh boy. This movie to me is hands down number one, gets me into the Christmas spirit, is Gremlins. I know that must sound weird, but this movie does really have a lot of Christmas in it. Most of the scenes have Christmas music going on in the background. Mm-hmm. Obviously, there's decorations everywhere. You know, Mike Ehrmantraut shows up. He's like the sheriff. That's kind of cool. Get the actor's name, and I feel bad.
Jonathan Banks.
Jonathan Banks. Yeah, he shows up, and I was like, whoa, he's been in this movie all along.
Mike Ehrmantraut.
He's very cool. Gremlins, if you don't know, which would surprise me.
Yeah, come on. You know what
it's
Gremlins is.
Christmas, a dad who's an inventor brings home this little weird creature from
Baby Yoda. It's literally Baby Yoda before Baby Yoda.
It's a little mogwai called Gizmo. Bring him home as a present for his son, and there's rules. You never ever let him get in the sunlight. You can't get him wet, and the most important rule is to never feed them after midnight.
Yeah.
Whatever that means. Because after midnight
is all the time, technically.
Is that noon to 1 or midnight to 1? Is that midnight to sun up? That's how I've always seen it. Midnight to sun up is no food. But once the sun comes up, it's okay to feed them again. I don't get it. It's never answered, so don't. Maybe in HBO Max's Secrets of the Mogwai, they'll finally talk about that, but who knows. He gets it. Guess what? He breaks all the rules. The little furry things pop out of Gizmo's back. It's very painful for him. I feel so bad every time. They eat food. They turn to gross, scaly demon things, and they wreak havoc on the town. And
yeah, they do.
They only kill one person, I think. She might not even die, but I'm pretty sure they kill one person. So, not too bad.
Not too bad.
Lots of property damage.
Lots.
I'm pretty sure only one actual murder. And she was old anyway. So
yeah, so her time was coming.
It doesn't count.
She was in the last year of her having the Colossal Titan.
Yeah, exactly. So she was gone.
Yeah, she was done anyway.
Anyway, it is the movie does start with them like buying a tree, I think. So they go shopping. It's a normal town. Everyone's just having fun. Christmas and Merry Christmas, everybody, right? And then it pops up the big Gremlins title with the Christmas da 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 Christmas that song, and it gets me every time. Just gets me right in the Christmas spirit because I know I'm about to see his mom shove one in a microwave and just blow it up, and that's great. That's amazing.
Yes,
it's a great, as a horror fan, it's a great transition movie if you want to introduce someone younger to like horror-y stuff. It's a great movie for not too young kids.
Yeah, right.
But, as they're getting a little bit older, see how they feel about it. And maybe if you want to put them on that path, if you want to fuck their lives up.
I was on that path.
Yeah.
You were too.
I was too. Yeah. So there you go. Gremlins, my number one, gets me in the Christmas spirit all the time. For me, it's 1,000,000 out of 10.
In the Christmas spirit?
In the Christmas
spirit rating scale?
It just gives me those fuzzy feelings, those fuzzy Christmas feelings.
Interesting.
I love it.
So, my final movie.
Yeah.
Very normie.
Okay.
I guess.
Yes, it is.
From 1946.
Wow.
It's a Wonderful Life.
It is, I think.
But I have a hot take.
Gonna melt the snow with this hot take.
It's a Wonderful Life is not a Christmas movie.
In the same way that Die Hard is not a Christmas movie?
Precisely.
Gotcha.
But I would say
understandable.
That most people who would be like, oh, Die Hard's not a Christmas movie
would
are
say,
like my favorite Christmas movie is It's a Wonderful Life,
sure.
which I would argue by Die Hard logic.
Mm.
That is also not a Christmas movie. This is what It's a Wonderful Life is about if you haven't seen it.
Okay.
It's a dude who is just living life. He has dreams. His dreams everything goes the opposite way that he wants.
Tale as old as time.
And he hates his life. And then he's like, I want to kill myself. He tries to kill himself, but when that happens, he's saved by his guardian angel. It is his guardian angel.
Mm-hmm. From the Space Force. His name is Angel. He was
from the Space Force. Yes. And then he's like, I wish I was never born. And the angel's like, okay.
Yep.
And he makes the world like if he had never existed. And he sees how different everything would be if he was never alive. And
lucky.
And
that's a cool experience.
Yeah, I know, pretty sweet. And he sees that maybe everything wasn't so bad after all.
Maybe it is a wonderful life.
Maybe it is a wonderful life. And so then he's like, I want to go back. And then he goes back and he's really happy.
Mm-hmm.
And did I talk about Christmas there? Nope. No. Because there's one part where it might be able to pass as a Christmas movie when he first comes back from after seeing the world without him. He comes back and it's like Christmas time in the movie. And he's running down the street and he's just like yelling Merry Christmas to like everybody that he sees. He's like, Merry Christmas, Merry, which I guess is like a really Christmassy thing.
It is.
But then after that, it doesn't matter anymore. Like,
right.
So I'm just like, I'm sure there's a lot of movies where like somebody's like Harry Potter is a Christmas movie now, apparently. If this is a Christmas movie.
Which one?
I don't know. Like,
Azkaban?
I know there's a few of them where they're like, Merry Christmas.
Oh.
So that just makes it a Christmas movie, right?
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I get what you mean. But it captures the feeling of like gratitude for Christmas, right? Like being,
yeah, I guess
the Christmas spirit, perhaps.
I'm just saying. I think this movie's fantastic.
Yes,
it's an amazing movie.
That's not what you're.
But it's just like, is it really a Christmas movie? Like that's what I'm saying, man. Like I don't really know.
It's a Christmas spirit movie, but it's not a Christmas holiday movie.
Yeah. Oh, I like that.
Yeah. So maybe that opens up like thousands of movies to be Christmas spirit movies. If you put it with that.
Okay, new episode.
Two criteria. Christmas has to be mentioned once, or there has to be a candy cane on screen for at least 1 second.
A candy cane. Okay.
And it has to have Christmas spirit, and then it's a Christmas spirit movie. But you need a little bit of extra.
Okay. I like it. We're going to have a whole episode on Christmas spirit movies.
Batman Returns.
Oh, yeah? Is that a Christmas spirit movie? But anyway, I mean, It's a Wonderful Life. I cried at the end.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas. Are you not crying at the end? It's really good. You should watch it.
Yep. And that there's 10. I bet you haven't seen at least 3 of these.
Yeah.
Probably at least 5 of these at home, right?
I haven't seen 3 of them.
I haven't seen. Yeah, 3 of them. So yeah,
both of us.
Good.
3 movies. We haven't even seen them.
Yeah. That does it for Spotlight today.
Spotlight.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, you filthy animal.
Here's your gift. It's called
The Reviews of the Week.
The Reviews of the Week. Now, Nick, I know you took a long time looking for yours and researching all the possibilities to find a great review.
I did.
So I would love to hear yours first.
1 out of 10. Boring and a waste of time. I put this on expecting a third Nemo film, and it's just a fish swimming around on repeat.
Oh, gosh. Okay. Why would they think It's a Wonderful Life is a third Nemo film?
I just...
Right.
Why?
Is that
How
it?
do you think it? Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Because I even saw it and was like, "What is?" Like I knew it wasn't a third Nemo film.
Right, exactly. Dory's Reef cam.
Yeah, I figured maybe it was like a little like 5-minute short
Sure.
Dory thing.
Yeah, she's put on a show, a cam show. She's a cam girl.
Yeah.
He's like, "You want to see my fins? Do you want to see my gills? That's 20 shells to see my gills."
Yeah. So, person was. I mean, their expectations
Take off
were
the
like
seaweed. Okay, I'm not into it.
their expectations were like way up
Very
here.
high.
And I mean, yeah, they were disappointed.
See, the thing with that review is, you could say that about like a lot of movies. You could be like, Tenet, this isn't a sequel to Finding Dory. 1 out of 10.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Like, it's not really a review. Were there many reviews for that? Were there a lot of people like excellent?
There's like 5 reviews for the movie. It had like 26.
Yeah.
Thing. It's just sad.
That was good. I like that one.
Thanks.
Here's mine. 1 out of 10 stars. January 6, 2005. This film's success proves there are a lot of people on antidepressants. That's the only explanation I have in order to explain why such a sucky, corny, and unfunny movie was such a huge hit at the box office and now on home video. So many people's brains are so numbed by drugs that something as awful as this movie can easily be considered a classic. The film is so corny, it could supply a year's worth of high fructose corn syrup for Coca-Cola, Pepsi, 7-Up, Dr. Pepper, Tab, RC Cola, Orange Crush, Kool-Aid, and every Kellogg cereal in production.
What?
This film is so divorced from reality that it's unfunny. Yes, it's a fantasy. I'm aware of that. But the employees at the mailroom of the Empire State Building are working on Christmas Eve. I mean, come on.
What?
What movie is that?
That's Elf.
That's Elf.
That's gotta be. I was like, this gotta be Elf.
Of all the things in Elf, the narwhal, Santa's workshop elves, and and the Christmas Story guy is in Elf. We forgot to mention. Yeah, he makes a little cameo. He's the guy who goes, "You're not a cotton-headed ninny muggins. You know, you're just special.
You're just special."
That guy. If you like Elf, you're on antidepressants. What can I tell you?
I mean, yeah, you're on antidepressants. What else is there?
If you like Elf and you're not antidepressants, someone's slipping you some. Just so you know.
Yeah.
It's proven fact. But that does it for the reviews of the week.
Yeah, unfortunately.
So we got one thing left. We got an email, and I'm going to read it, right?
Email.
Now, Merry Christmas, Justin and Nick. Not to be a Scrooge this year, but honestly, most people are probably... Sorry. Most people are probably happy 2020 is ending. Not that everything will magically get fixed, though. So in the spirit of being a Grinch, what do you two think are some of the most overrated / bad Christmas movies? I have one, and I might get attacked. Home Alone 2.
Lost in New York with
Home
Donald
Alone
Trump
2 is not as good as people say it is. It's fine. Home Alone, great, fantastic. Home Alone 2, it's kind of bad. I don't like it. Home Alone 3, let's not talk about that. But I think Home Alone 2 is not that great. I'll say it. Donald Trump, maybe stay a president, buddy.
Yeah, dude. You're not an actor.
Not an actor. That would be off the top of my head. Home Alone 2, I think that's a pretty big one.
Wow.
I don't know.
Home Alone 2, that was a big bomb.
I would also say, I mentioned it earlier, but The Family Stone, I didn't think was very good either.
I don't even know what that is. So
right, yeah, it's Sarah Jessica Parker, Luke Wilson, and some other people.
Okay.
Diane something, I forget.
Bad Santa.
Bad Santa. You don't like it?
I'd say that's overrated.
It's definitely overrated. I have seen that one. Actually, I saw it when I was way too young. But
yeah.
But yeah, it's not great.
It was just like it was just like, all right.
It's just like a raunchy comedy.
Yeah, and it seemed like people were like, "Oh, Bad Santa, really great."
Yeah.
And I'm like,
it changed Christmas movies forever.
They see the Coen brothers and they're like, "Oh,
yeah.
Must be great."
Do you have any other just in the spirit of this honorable mention, not even just bad, but just other Christmas movies, because I really like The Nightmare Before Christmas.
That great movie.
It's probably overrated, but that's just because of Hot Topic.
That's true though.
Yeah.
Nightmare Before Christmas probably overrated.
Hot Topic just kind of went wild with that.
The Polar Express.
Polar Express did not age well. Not at all.
No.
You
you want to listen to Sicko Mode or Mo Bamba?
Mo Bamba. Yeah, I don't know about that.
But I mean, in terms of big breakthrough for animation. It's from 2004.
Yeah. Speaking of that, like Rankin and Bass, like the traditional Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Oh, the classic. Those classics are definitely overrated.
Yeah,
Charlie Brown Christmas overrated.
They're held in pretty high esteem,
but they're boring.
I do they're still cute though if you watch them for a second.
Yeah, I guess the Rudolph one is okay, but the Kris Kringle one is terrible.
That one sucks.
It's I don't want to watch this at all.
What is that one? The Save Christmas Adventure or something I forget what it is.
I don't know.
But that one sucks.
That one is terrible.
I hate that one.
Yes.
I'm glad we could get I hope everyone can join together on this and finally admit that sucks.
Yes. Rudolph one's okay though.
I don't know. I can't remember if it's specifically a Christmas movie, but I like Edward Scissorhands with Johnny Depp. And
is that a Christmas movie?
I'm pretty sure it happens around Christmas.
Well, I guess anything's a Christmas movie now, right? We already established that.
I'm pretty sure it happens around Christmas because I think she's old and she's telling the story, and I think it's Christmas when she's telling the story. Maybe.
Titanic. One of my favorite Christmas movies.
There's a Steve Martin one called Mixed Nuts. It's not very good, but it's a Christmas movie.
Nice.
I don't know.
Is Cheaper by the Dozen a Christmas movie?
Are they traveling for Christmas?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I don't really remember that movie too well.
Yeah, me neither. I remember liking it, but I was very young.
I can't think of anything else off the top of my head.
Off the top of my head, who knows? Miracle on 34th Street, a classic one. That's pretty good. Meet Me in St. Louis. I've never seen it,
I guess,
but they watch it in Family Stone. It's probably fine.
But they watch it in Family.
They watch it in the movie that I watched. So, and she cried when she was watching it. The actress. So she can't fake that.
You can't fake it.
The actress cannot fake that.
It's part of the process.
Part of the process. That's all I got.
Dude.
For Hanukkah, should I mention a Hanukkah movie?
Sure.
8 Crazy Nights, animated Adam Sandler movie.
Nice.
It's pretty cool. It's a musical, like Meet Me in St. Louis. It's Hanukkah, because Adam Sandler is Jewish.
There's a lot of Hanukkah jokes in The Night Before with Seth Rogen.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. A lot of Jewish jokes.
Cool.
They're funny.
Yeah. 8 Crazy Nights. That's cool. It's Hanukkah. If you need a Hanukkah movie, that one's good. I mean, it's Adam Sandler, and it's pretty lowbrow usually, mostly. Like there's a part where the guy literally gets covered in feces and then frozen, and then a bunch of deer lick all the feces off of him, the frozen feces.
Nice.
And he's like, "Oh, your tongues are so tickly."
Very cool.
Yeah.
Yay. Okay.
Okay. Guys, that was the last episode of the year.
Dang.
Of 2020.
Dang, we did it.
2020 for the Stagler is officially over in a little bit. Should we have a little year-end wrap-up? What are you thinking? What do you think of the year, the Stagler, the birth to now? How you been feeling?
I feel pretty good. I've been having a lot of fun. Decent viewership.
Sure, yeah.
Not on our Twitch, though. Unfortunately, we got maybe 1 or 2 people on the Twitch every now and then.
Well, here's the honest thing. I mean, we could honestly talk about, guys, maybe the show will change a little bit next year. Who knows? We could, maybe we'll do up the formula. Maybe we'll get a different time. Maybe a time when more people could watch. See what we could do.
Yeah.
Because we want to get people involved. I've been having a great time. I've been having fun, and that's all that matters to me at the end of the day. Is that I'm having a good time, that you're having a good time. Marilyn, she can do what she wants. She stays here, so she must be having some kind of fun, despite what she says. Yeah. Which is nothing. She doesn't talk.
Yeah.
Very strange. But I don't know. If I had to recommend an episode to the viewers at the year-end here, episode from this year.
What was our best episode?
Off the top of my head, I think the Spike Lee episode was very, very good. It's called Do the Right Thing.
That's a fantastic
That is a fantastic episode. I think our Amy Adams episode was quite good as well.
That's our longest one, I think.
That is it our longest one? All right. Those two off the top of my head,
yeah.
I remember very, very much.
Oh, no, our Christopher Nolan one is the longest one.
Oh, well, makes sense. Time,
Chris Time for Nolan. They're all good. Why don't you just watch all of them?
I liked our Death Curse STD episode as well. You can check that one out. It's very cool.
Marilyn, why are you flanking me?
Why are you flanking me?
Super mega alcoholic expialidocious.
As far as I know, you can test this right now. If you Google Blazooble ! I think we're the only result. So I guess I should say Blazooble more, so that if anybody happens to Google it,
there it is.
It'll pop up right. It's us right there, Blazooble. If you forget our name, you'll remember.
Amazing!
Blazooble.
Look, we got images.
We got images. We got everything.
Everything pops up.
So
we're officially Googleable.
We're officially Googleable. First page results.
Literally.
As long as you type in Blazooble.
What happens if you just do the Stagler?
Probably the Stagler brothers.
There it is.
Oh, wait. No, we're right there.
It says, did you mean the Statler?
Statler
but
brothers,
the first thing there is our YouTube and then our Twitter.
Hey, well, there we go. You know what, guys?
Let's go.
We made it. We're in the big leagues now. PewDiePie, move aside. Ninja, move aside.
Yeah. If you want to watch a funny episode, the episode 17, Doug Jones does blackface for Minecraft I remember very vividly the last 20 minutes is just really funny.
Here's the thing about these episode names. We always come up with them after the show ends because we try to relate it to something we talked about.
Yeah.
So the only time we bring it up is after the show had happened. So, we got some crazy titles in here, but that's what we do. It's clickable. We want to be clickable,
Yeah.
That's it.
Maybe we should start clickbaiting.
Okay. What are we clickbaiting? Let's just think up the most ridiculous title we could possibly title this. And the whole time people are watching, they'll be like, how the fuck did they get to that?
Okay.
We already had a few earlier. I remember distinctly saying the twist is Hitler earlier in this episode. So that's already...
That's good. Well, it's got to be some sort of hot girl nude thing.
Okay.
Because that's what gets the clicks.
That's what gets the clicks. Mrs. Claus... that's Christmassy, so we should try to focus on Mrs. Claus.
Okay.
Mrs. Claus. Abortion factory.
Wow, that's...
that would get, if I saw that, I'd be like, what do they mean by this? What does this mean? And I'd be pretty disappointed, I think, if it was just the meaning is nothing. The meaning is, I got you.
What? That was just way crazy.
Who knows?
Yeah, Mrs. Claus rides Santa's sleigh
at the abortion factory. There we go. That's the title. Happy holidays, everyone. Merry Christmas to all. Oh, wait. One more thing. Yeah. Well, two more things, actually, because that, too. I wanted to say, we talked about things. I think A Christmas Carol is bad as well. I think it's just a bad story. I don't like it. Also,
interesting take.
We don't know what the spotlight for next episode is going to be. We're just going to wing it because it's the new year. We'll be back at the 9th, so it's
January 9th.
It's an extra weekend for us.
For the holidays.
So we're not going to think about it. It'll be a surprise. That'll be fun for you guys.
Yeah.
We don't even know what it'll be, but it'll be something exciting.
Fill up the email inbox.
Fill up the emails. I want 30,000 emails by the time we return.
The StaglerPod@gmail.com. Let's go.
Pod@gmail.com. Send them in. Guys. But for now, I think we've had our fun.
I've had fun.
Merry Christmas to all.
Merry Christmas. Happy Hanukkah. Happy Kwanzaa.
Happy Kwanzaa. Happy, if you don't celebrate any of those, happy winter holiday.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Yeah, because it will be New Year. So, yeah, Happy New Year's Eve as well.
Yes.
And Happy
New Year's Day.
Happy New Year's Day. Happy January 2nd. I'll just throw that on there, too.
Yeah.
We need a day Yeah, okay. Guys, it's been fun. What a year it's been. Until next time.
2021. We'll actually get the whole year of Stagler because we only got from like March on this year. So
I'm your host, Justin.
And I'm the other guy, Nick.
And this has been year 1 of the Stagler.
In our 10-year plan.
Our 10-year plan. This has been, say it with me, the Stagler.